Would your dad go up against a small army to get you back if you were kidnapped?
I, I feel like my dad would ask what I did to get
Yeah.
in trouble,
What did you
and then
do?
he just kind of like shake his head back and forth like,
Did you break the neighbor's window again?
see, that's on him right now. It's a hard lesson to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Dad, I'm trapped on it. I've been kidnapped. I'm on an island. They are going to kill me if you don't come and get me.
You gotta be a knife
I
point.
mean, tell him to wait a little while, see how it goes. What?
It's
Tell him
like
to wait. Tell him wait. You know, talk with him.
make him
Talk
laugh.
with him.
It's fine.
Ren?
I mean, if my dad was Schwarzenegger, probably. But my dad is an Islander man who is both shorter than me and lighter than me. So I don't think he's gonna do. He might play like a ukulele at him really hard or something. You know what I
Oh.
mean?
Oh.
But that's fighting. No. I love my
I-
dad, but no.
I mean,
I
at
just
least
imagine
he'll
the dude.
try.
I imagine the dude I know who plays ukulele, who fits almost that description.
Yeah.
Except that he's Hispanic, and just him like, "Hey, soul sister, play that mister on the radio." They're
I
like,
got this
"Dude."
really sick rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody on ukulele. One sec. Are you impressed? It's like, yeah, I'm impressed, but I'm going to kill your son. It's like, oh, well, I tried.
That was really good. Yeah, we threw him in the river.
Oh no.
You're probably fine. I don't know. What about you? Was your dad fight a small army of South American hitmen, I guess?
Hell no. Because the
Okay.
last time I spoke to my dad, it was an accident. I was
Oh,
11. I turned the corner and he was sitting at a red light. And I was like, oh. And he was like, hey. I was like, hey, what's up? And he's like, yeah, I was just in the neighborhood. I was like, oh, you came to see me? He was like, no.
Jesus.
And the light turned green. And that was.
This shit just got dark.
No, that's okay. Fuck him.
Fair enough.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
It ain't about him.
No.
we got two dads on the panel today,
Yeah.
and I'm
You're a fur baby dad.
I'm a great uncle, so that's
Okay.
dad territory.
That's close enough. It's dad
Okay.
adjacent.
Yeah.
So, thank you for joining us today. If this is your first time with us, we're the secret group of brown kids. Who are the secret group of brown kids? It's a secret, but you might be able to catch us going to fictional South American countries to liberate our children. I don't
Something.
even.
I
Okay.
think he was supposed to, and he didn't. And
Wait, he was
lied.
supposed to. Yeah, he didn't go all the way to South America. He just went.
Yeah,
to
no,
there's
he
like an
scooted off
island.
that plane so fast.
Yeah, the final fight isn't in South America. It's on
Homie
like an
found
island.
this. He found the
off
secret
California.
exit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved that.
I
he
read
solved
that
the Resident Evil puzzle, and
the writer
on
and
plane.
directors got the idea for his escape by watching a flight attendant take a I guess some planes have elevators,
yeah,
and they saw a flight attendant do that, and they're like, hey,
that's it. That's it.
let's have Arnold go down into the plane. And
Literally it. That's yeah.
I've been on a streak before, but like, wow,
Hey,
that's something.
Yeah, to get an entire movie sequence out of just like I saw a stewardess once, and she said that like there's an elevator in the back that goes to the cargo. Gonna make
hey man.
What? That's
10-minute
crazy.
scene, 10-minute escape scene.
It was
Maybe that's why there was so much attention in just that. Like,
just
yeah,
him
really, there
being
was.
on the wheel, and then there was
And
like
there's
four
a
different
dog.
angles of him. Yeah,
It's an '80s movie. There has to be a Doberman Pinscher at some point.
Yeah.
but real quick, I'm Tiff, and on the panel today we got Tim and Ren, and today we're going to be saving little Alyssa Milano.
Yay!
Yay! If you don't know, if you haven't, because we haven't actually said it yet, the movie of the week is Commando, and this is our special Father's Day episode. Instead of going the same route as Encanto, and we almost did Coco, we said, nah, let's watch this 1985 completely ridiculous but iconic action flick, Commando.
Yeah.
And literally the plot is an ex-military dude, Arnold Schwarzenegger, his daughter gets
Al-
kidnapped by a dude he used to work with on his squad that he got kicked off the squad, but now he's a mercenary and he's
yeah,
working with
Bennett.
a dictator that they'd ousted before to try and
Hmm.
take back his country or whatever. So they're like blackmailing Arnold by taking his daughter to get him to do a political assassination. But he said, no,
Al-
fuck that.
I'm
I'm
a good.
gonna like they're gonna kill my daughter either way, so I'm not gonna go do what they want me to do. I'm gonna jump off of this plane, come back and kill every last one of them.
Yeah,
How's
totally
that for a plot
reasonable.
summary, right?
I mean,
Oh,
and just to do a little bit of table setting,
mhm,
so this movie came out in 1985. Terminator came out in 1984.
mhm.
Predator came out in 1987.
Yep.
So you can very much get a good snapshot of Arnold and the movies he was picking and just how jacked he was.
He was. I don't know if he was the biggest he's ever been, but this is definitely the zone of
This
him
was the
being.
this was the most
This is peak.
toned
Yeah,
Yeah,
too,
this
this
is
because
is
it
peak
like
wasn't like
Arnold.
they weren't like
Schwarzenegger
bulgy,
prime.
but it was just
Yeah.
like when he started doing the rowboat thing, I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
Okay.
really? All right, put his shirt on.
show
Jeez.
you all these veins, all the
I
veins.
love when the side
Um,
characters will comment on it, like, "This is one big motherfucker."
he said that. He said that the absolute whitest way possible too.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
It was, this is the biggest motherfucker. I'm just like, damn, dude. Like,
He's 6'2". He's just one big motherfucker.
he's like, it's like talking about like a match is just like, look at this big motherfucker in the blue corner, 6'2", 250 pounds, covered in face. It's just, I don't know,
Look at and on the other corner, look at this tall drink of water. Like
dude.
what dude? What?
The other corner
Please
used to be
don't.
that shrimpy little dude in the telephone booth, but I'll
Oh,
let you
yeah.
get to that.
We'll get to him. Yeah. Okay. Directed by Mark L. Lester. I I, I don't even remember what else he directed, but he directed other things. I promise you. The same dude who produced this produced Predator, so that's why we got some of the same folks. Like Bill Duke comes back,
Bill Duke.
but it
Bill
doesn't
Duke.
matter because they also did a whole bunch of callbacks to Terminator
Mm-hmm.
and a couple other Arnold movies. But yeah,
Oh, I
so
will say also written by our boy Stephen E. D'Souza. And if you don't
he
recognize
also
the
did
name,
a.
he did Street Fighter,
Yes, right.
Judge Dredd.
Oh
He wanted
geez.
Just
the
he
bad
did
dude to
Die
be played
Hard,
by Raul Julia.
Okay.
Die Hard 2. Yeah, dude, I mess around.
So yeah, this is
This is his shtick. Like,
this kind of set up a lot of other action movies anyway, in like more ways than one.
mm,
Not just like I don't want to say
definitely
aesthetic,
became the
but
paniche. You know what I mean, for like the next
yeah,
decade of action movies. It feels like.
and you can see like so many people came back. Obviously Arnold, but like Bill Duke, like you said, the writer wrote like so many other iconic action movies. So I mean, I thought it was just iconic because of the one-liners, Commando.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
this is like hardwired into the
I feel like it started some tropes. That's
yeah
kind of a lot.
I feel like it did. But knowing that it came after the Terminator, and
Mm-hmm.
he drops that "I'll be back." You
yeah.
know what I mean? I'm just like, dang it, they knew what they were doing. Come on,
They
Yep.
didn't write this movie for him, but
really?
yeah, it was I forgot who was the first choice, and then it
It
Oh.
was like
seems
Nick
too
Nolte,
perfect.
and then it was
Oh,
Arnold.
Nick Nolte.
Yeah,
Yeesh.
yeah. And then it was Arnold. And the reason he chose this one was because he said he got to be an actual human and not a caveman or a robot. And it's because he
Aw.
started off like being a dad in the
Mhm.
movie, and then he had to go get
Oh,
his daughter back.
I got a whole joke about that too. Keep going, keep going.
All right, but
So it's the movie starts, and we see random people getting whacked by like the same group of people.
yeah,
And my favorite, not even my favorite, I just loved it because like they pull up to this dude's house. He's like, "Babe, I think it's the garbage." Oh damn, I gotta go get the
No,
garbage.
it's
He's
such a
dumping garbage. He's running it outside. He's like, "Hey guys, I got the garbage. Help me out." And yeah,
Bill Duke
please.
is like I forgot the line he actually says, but it was every line is corny, so it doesn't matter. But
no.
uh,
It's great.
Think of the
he,
corniest thing they could have said. That's
make
right.
it worse.
You got it.
But yeah, he just shoots him, and then
Yep.
we see. I don't even know what the point of this part was. Oh
A
no, because
sloppy
he's
assassination.
Oh,
they're
no,
taking
like
out
the
all of the old squad members. That's what
Yeah.
it
the
was.
entire opening of this movie was just. I could have watched 20 more minutes of Bill Duke
Just
doing
randomly.
GTA missions.
Just random.
He was just doing Grand Theft Auto missions,
That's
and I
exactly
loved
what
it.
was.
Literally.
I really
Grand Theft
wish
Auto.
there had been another one.
Bill Duke's like, oh shit, here we go again.
I thought he
Just
hit
like
that dude with
the
the car because
garbage
they call
truck.
him brother.
No. The car thing was even more ridiculous than the garbage thing. The garbage thing was subtle until they pulled out the guns.
Yeah,
The
dude.
The car thing was like, it's like, look at all these great options. And the
Brother.
headroom, it's so cool, bro. Isn't it cool? What a cool Cadillac. And he's just like,
You know what
I
my
like
favorite
it.
part
The
about
thing
this
the
is?
favorite part about it, the price. And he just tears out of the place, running the guy down. I was just like, he's not. There's no way he's gonna do it. He did it. Oh my god.
The guy was still paying off his Hulk Hogan sales seminars pitches too.
Oh no.
The third one wasn't as
Brother.
wasn't as amazing.
Do you
'Cause
like this car,
he
brother?
just blew up a guy who was on a tugboat. It was like, oh,
It,
okay.
it,
The,
he
sort
was wasn't he? Because what's his the Bennett was on the boat. He was like
Yeah, that was
faking his,
Bennett.
he was faking his death or something. Which
That's
Yeah,
why he had the
Look,
moment when he looked.
The only reason I knew that was because I read it. I was confused.
It's like
when
that
he
they
showed back
exchanged.
up, I was like, oh.
They exchanged a knowing look. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they'd spent a night together in the past, a previous life, and said, "You know what? I remember you in the next life too." And this boat blows up.
The boat
Romantic.
had an elevator that led to the cargo bay, and then you could
Yeah.
just. Sorry.
You should catch you on the flip side, brother.
See you next life, brother. You know what I like about these seats, brother? They're vinyl.
Oh man,
It's better than leather. It doesn't crack. Doesn't get hot.
Yeah, invest in vinyl, guys. Be good forever.
But yeah, Bill Duke, he's a real bastard. That causing hate and discontent. But then, okay, so next we got Arnold, which is like top 10 best character entrances ever.
John Matrix.
We just see close-ups of his muscles, and
That's his name.
Oh, yeah, his name is John
Matrix.
John Matrix.
John Matrix. Mind you, this is 1985.
It's not John Wick. It's not Neo.
Yeah,
it is John Matrix.
John Matrix, and like Matrix came out when I was 9, I think. Until the Matrix came out, I never knew the word Matrix, but it doesn't matter. But when you hear Matrix, you think of that movie, right? And also, like you just said, before John Wick,
yeah,
it's just funny that like you got 2 iconic action franchises, and then this man's name is John Matrix in 1985. Anyway, we get close-ups on his muscles.
Hell yeah, brother!
And then we get the wide shot, and this man is carrying a 15-foot tree trunk on his shoulder and a chainsaw, and it's just like, okay, the manliest man ever.
These muscles don't work themselves, Tiff. All right,
look,
you keep them in line.
He cut down a tree, then picked the tree up and carried it back to make firewood. Anyway,
dude, and it's like it looks like Southern California, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like everything's dry as hell. He's cutting down trees to start fires. I'm like, dude, do you not know our history? Like, we're in a 100-year drought down here, brother.
Yeah, just don't start the next wildfire, sir.
But it gets even better because, like, you know, you get surprised and you find out like Arnold's a single parent. His daughter sneaks up from behind him. He could have easily broken her neck.
Oh no, I was like,
you're ready for
oh yay, it's the daughter. Whee!
Okay,
It's not danger. It's looked like danger. It's not.
Yeah, and then the next shot, it goes straight from him being like wife beater, sweat, veins, all that, to him being in like a 1980s Gap commercial.
Split logs.
He's got like a 3-inch inseam running short, a like t-shirt, and he's like eating ice cream with his daughter. And the only thing I'm thinking of is the Full House theme song.
Yes.
The entire time.
It
is
is
like
such a
everywhere you look. I'm just like, God damn it, it's so funny. And every time I see the daughter's outfit after that, it's just that one sting. Just everywhere you look.
She's in like some overalls,
something like that, some kind of jumper or something.
Yeah.
My immediate thought, even though I had seen her before, my immediate thought was like, "Shit, it's 11? Oh damn! Oh no, wait, no, that couldn't be her, Tim. That's not 11.
Yo.
Like, she was younger then. Yeah, in the 80s, dummy. No, it's not. It's not the actress that played 11 at all, Tim.
I was gonna say,
But
I was like,
11 was
no, it
definitely
couldn't be.
no.
Yeah, my brain just kept trying to force me into it. I was like, that's not who it is.
At some point, 11 wears
Scratch on the
that
record.
outfit though.
She wears a very similar
Yeah,
outfit to that. She does.
That's funny. But yeah, that's a little Alyssa Milano. And
Is it
so
really?
like,
That's so funny.
so they're they're getting ice cream and he's like they're out fishing and
They do every random thing.
yeah.
And the whole time, I'm like, doesn't this girl have friends?
Look, it's like
She catches a dead fish because it doesn't move at all.
He's like, oops, bottle fingers. He drops the fucking fish in the water.
Look at that. It's dead, but it's back in the water with its friends. I'll teach you about friendship.
And then just like a nice little button on the little montage is like him coming into the kitchen and seeing like a construction paper heart on the fridge that says "I love you, Dad." It's like, it makes my heart warm.
The table chat was just like loaded with like references to current day things. Why don't they just call him Girl George?
Oh
like,
my god!
What? Shut up.
Hey, was the magazine called Cream? I think it's a teenage magazine, and I swear to God, it said Cream. I'm like,
no, I think that's a real thing too.
I
Because
think it's a real thing too. Yeah,
I think it was real because I think that's just no one had gotten that far, and it was definitely a girls' magazine. So, oops.
I have objections to this thing that
Hindsight.
happened more than 30 years ago. So I'm gonna write somebody.
Cancel.
Oh man. But yeah, so after their little father-daughter montage, a helicopter pulls up and it's Arnold's former General Kirby, and he informs him that someone's killing the men from his old squad and he's probably coming to kill him next. So here's 2 soldiers to protect you.
Are they as good as me? I mean, obviously not. But I mean, somebody's got to die in the next scene.
I'm surprised he didn't give the general or whatever the rock eyebrow and be like, excuse me, like the fuck,
right?
He's like cocked eyebrow and be like,
they're here to
protect
me.
All right, okay.
We brought private fodder for you.
Yeah, right.
and Corporal dead soon.
Who's that? That's Private Expendable. It's like, why do you call him that? Because he wears a red shirt.
He wears a red shirt. Oh man! So yeah, General tells him that he believes that the dude killing the other dudes is Bennett, who used to be in the squad, but Arnold got him kicked out for being too violent. Ooh. So anyway,
I'll tell you what was violent about Bennett,
right? General Kirby leaves, and like immediately they don't even go back in the house. Dude pops out the bushes and starts shooting.
Yeah.
No.
Wait.
So let's double back for a second. That helicopter shows up. He goes, "Hey, I came to warn you.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit is going down. People are looking for you. I came here in a loud ass helicopter to this secluded area. I hope they don't find you. I'm a peace out though. You stay cool." And it's like the helicopter's in the air, and just a guy just goes, "I'm in the bushes."
He's in me.
It's like, what the? It's like such a scene.
Private Dead soon drops dead, and Private Fodder gets hit in the arm.
Yeah.
And Arnold grabs his daughter Alyssa Milano. She got a name, Jenny, and
Jenny.
The soldier that gets hit in the arm. They make it inside the house, and this shit took me out. Yes. Arnold tells him, "Remember you're downwind. The air current might tip them off." And the dude's like, "Downwind? You think I could smell them coming?" And then Arnold's like, "I did." But he did though. He looked at the bushes just as the dude popped out and started shooting.
He did though. He's like, "Uh-oh." He just run. Did he yell? Did he even go gunman and then bail? No, he just turned around. Like they thought he was going to make a sandwich.
Look, he wasn't worried about them dudes. He grabbed Jenny and he got out. So then Arnold goes to his gun shed and he enters the security code.
Yeah, the top secret 2-digit out of 10.
So,
3.
Look, the trivia
It was.
said
I
that it
know. I
was
rewatched
one
it. It
three
was
three, but
one.
I rewatched it and it was
Yep.
just 1 and 3.
1-3.
I rewatched
It
it
was.
too. Like, there's
It
no
was.
way.
Look, it was
I think he
supposed to
hit
be
1-3 and then enter, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
see,
that.
it's supposed to be 133, which is like the Austrian 911. Get it? But it,
Oh, that's weird.
we all rewatched it because all three of us were like, "Wait, the shit?" He just said 1-3 enter. That's the code for
It's
guns.
the code is 13 because if you have to go in here, you're having very bad luck.
Darling, what's my password for Gmail? I've tried numbers 1 through 11.
I can't get into my Google Mail. I hit 1-3 and nothing happened.
Can you imagine if he went on to be president after being governor of California or whatever shit it was? Given the nuclear codes, he's like,
too
there's
many.
more than 2 digits.
That is way too many. Sorry. What if it was maybe 1-3?
Still better than Trump.
Look, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger has been a thing my entire life, and I've never not found his voice funny.
Yeah.
And
He knows.
he knows.
He
And
absolutely knows.
And he's lived in America for how, like, he knows, and he leans into it, and he like.
See, that makes me feel like a racist now.
No, because he like that's a part of the magic, and
I guess so.
he knows it is, and you know what? I'm fine with that. Because
He met a speech therapist apparently, and pretty much like after a few days, they both agreed to just we're good. Let's go have margaritas instead.
At least he's in a better mood about it than like Sean Connery or Christopher Walken. Because
wait, Christopher Walken feel some type of way about it, about his
I've heard that he's not crazy about other people impersonating his voice or his cadence.
He's one of the only people that they haven't gotten to go on that YouTube where they rate impressions of themselves, and I just don't think he will.
No,
I can see Sean Connery,
Jeff
feeling
Goldblum
some
was
type of
into
way
it
because he seems like
over.
like that type of person.
Yeah,
I think Connery had a mild lisp that he was always trying to cover up.
Oh yeah, he had a lisp.
He was
the basilisk, yeah, but also that on top of what was that? What was he? Scottish, Irish?
I believe
Scottish.
Yeah,
Scottish. Yeah, the you're the man now, dog.
oh. Hey, if you guys ever do it, there's a really fun cult classic Sean Connery movie called Zardoz.
Yeah.
Oh, is that when he's
he's got like the red boleros. You know what I mean? They're like strapped to his red Speedo.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
I saw a guy dressed as that at a con.
Yep.
And there was 2 con officials next to him just chatting, and I think it was like, "You gonna have to put on some underwear." I think
some boxer briefs, something.
It's like, bro, because he had a very accurate setup, and I didn't see the back, but in the movie, it's clear that that's the outfit, and he looked accurate. I think they were like, "Listen."
Yeah, there's like some sexy times and some topless scenes.
Maybe if you came back tonight at 8, but I thought the con stopped. I thought the con stopped at 7. You heard what I said.
It's like, come back when the furries are here. They'll be fine. All right, they'll accept you. Sorry.
I know. I'm
Tell
sorry.
them you're a hairless furry.
One last Connery thing. Like, I know Connery just loved that SNL skit, the him on Jeopardy. Like, that's the way your mother likes you, Trebek. Like,
oh yeah.
All right, back to Arnold. He loves his accent. So where were we? Oh yeah. So Arnold goes out to his gun shed, yada yada. He gets a gun, but then he comes back and they already done killed what's the dude?
Yeah. Last guy's dead.
He just opened
the
door, a random door that was on the roof, by the way. Anyway, he opened the door and dude just like fell down dead. And then there was a dude sitting in a chair and he's like, "We have your daughter and you got to cooperate with us, right? If you want her back alive, you got to do what we say, right?" And Arnold's like, "Wrong." Shoots him in the head.
I wish I could remember all the one-liners. I thought he said "fat chance" or something like that. He just pops the dude right in the forehead.
If he had turned and looked directly at the camera and went, "This is how the movie is going to be," I would have accepted it. I would have been like, "Yep, okay, nothing wrong with that."
Just The Office.
I don't have all of the one-liners, but if you scroll down to the bottom of the template, I have a lot of them.
Oh. Jim just looks at Pan before he shoots this dude in the forehead and says, "Can you believe this guy is bot?"
Oh man. So and then he looks out and he sees two cars speeding down the mountain. So his daughter's in there, right? But they sabotaged his Ford Bronco. So what do they
Yeah,
have to do?
smart move.
Yeah,
Smart move. They just pulled the distributor out.
but that's
That
not
was
going to
smart.
stop him.
No, so
He pushes the Bronco up to the ledge and then hops in it, and it rolls down. It just careens
yeah,
down the hill.
it's right
Uh,
about then. Them Duke boys jumped in their Bronco.
Bro.
like, and he's like trying to dodge trees the best he can, but also they took out the brakes too. So like, not that that really
Oh,
mattered, I guess.
I
So he was
I
just
mean,
flying down the side of the. Uh,
they very much could have the simplest thing they could have done would have been to just cut all four of his tires, but they went to town.
nah, yeah, you're right. They could have just stabbed the tires, but
All four tires, he wouldn't had enough spares to deal with it. He would have driven on flats, but it would have been a worse situation than him just rolling down, apparently.
look, I feel like he was so driven that even without the Bronco, he would have just chucked himself down the
I'm gonna
mountain.
have to run. Like my favorite comic book, The Flash.
So yeah, so eventually the Bronco flips and he jumps out just as it explodes, in classic 80s action movie fashion. Car flips over, kaboom. Uh and but the mercenaries surround him, and before Bennett gets to him, he takes a gun from them, and instead of shooting, he beats him with the gun.
No,
Did you
and that
catch
was I mean, we already know where the movie's going, but
It's a
that was like
rifle,
one of those
yeah.
like, really?
Yeah, like,
Really?
he starts off smacking him with the rifle and then swinging it around, and then Bennett shows up, and he, shoots him in the stomach
Oh,
with a tranquilizer dart. Yeah,
I feel like tranquilizer darts are really big back then.
probably.
I
The
don't
big
know
metal
why.
cylinders.
Well, just in movies, I'm like,
Mhm.
oh man, trank guns must be really common
No.
in like robberies and shit. But
Apparently
no,
no.
no, it's about as common as like getting punched in the head and being knocked out for 5 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't come to like in a minute once your brain stops shaking in the
Someone
case.
someone does a little karate chop to the
Yeah,
back of your
the
neck. You,
the the Vulcan
oh,
death pinch, and you're just like, ugh.
you pass out for an appropriate length of time.
Yeah, for as long as the plot hole required you to be
Right.
asleep.
Yep, it's
It's fine.
platinum.
You'll wake up when you're supposed to. It's
But, yeah, so speaking of waking up, he wakes up
fine.
and he meets the boss, Arius, former South American dictator that,
I'm sorry. His name is Ares.
Arius.
Aries.
Yeah,
Okay.
or Arius. I don't know.
I'm like, I thought it was
Yeah.
Spanish, not Greek or whatever Aries is supposed to be. But
He's also he's the dad from Clueless.
Eugene
Yeah.
Levy? No,
No.
I thought he was like a Southern American Eugene Levy.
He felt like that.
His eyebrows weren't as thick, and he didn't have a
Eyebrows.
mustache or glasses. But there's something
Well,
about his face
oh,
and
he's
his
also the
hairline.
lawyer in Adam's Family,
Yes.
the
That's right
sneaky
too.
lawyer.
Um,
So he plays all types.
wasn't he the father on Loser as well?
I've never
Sorry,
seen that
this
one.
is a tangent. All
It's
right, next
Father's
movie is
Day.
Loser. Yeah, we're
Father's
talking
Day.
about Eugene Levy. Eugene Levy is a father.
He's a great dad.
Dan Hedaya, he's that guy. Uh
Oh, by the way, did you guys mention Bennett's chainmail?
oh no, I was getting there.
Oh,
Yeah, his
Oh,
chainmail.
Bennett.
my
I
God.
saw it, but like I was busy laughing at Arnold, and then when I looked it up, I was like, okay, that's what I thought. His chainmail is just it's knit like.
Yeah. He just had it over a t-shirt, over a
I
black. They were like, "Hey, this guy isn't as cut as Arnold. What can we give him?"
so I
They're like,
read that he
chainmail.
was actually the second choice. He lost the role to somebody else, and that other person got fired the first day, and then they brought in Vernon Wells, and he was bigger than the other dude, and they didn't have time to like get his costume fit, so he just wore the tight clothes. So I don't know if the chainmail was before or after. I mean, no, they didn't have time to make something new, so that means the other dude was going to wear the.
The chainmail, regardless.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, they didn't deliver on why it was implemented either. He didn't like take a knife to the gut and then have the chainmail like deflected or something.
If it was
It
real
was just
chainmail,
there.
it might have saved him in the end.
Yeah,
Maybe, I don't know. Arnold's pretty strong.
but in the
He
end,
was
it didn't
a
really
fucking
matter.
tree.
So
So anyway, Arius
Darius is a
tells him
douche.
that
His whole
the whole
his
plan,
whole yeah, the plan is
yeah, he needs
convoluted.
Arnold to they're blackmailing him by taking his daughter, so Arnold would go down to his nation of Valverde, which by the way is a made up country, and they use it in several other action movies around the time, including
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
Die Hard. Yeah, because they didn't want to upset any real people by using a real country, so they just made up one.
That's kind
I
of
gotta
fair.
mention Valverde in a song now.
I want to say it's like a John Silver thing, or maybe it's a D'Souza thing, because the other movies that use it, I
Die Hard.
think,
the
also are tied to this one.
He
the
he's
last
set,
sleepy hotel in Valverde.
he's setting up his own what's that guy?
Multiverse.
I can't think of his name all of a sudden. He wrote all the teen movies. Shermer, Illinois. It's not real.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm. It's not a real place, but it's in
Oh,
all of John Hughes movies.
Yeah, okay.
that's weird.
Mm-hmm. Shermer,
Valverde.
Illinois. Let's fly from there to Valverde.
So yeah, so Arnold has to go down there to assassinate somebody, the leader down there, so Arius could make a military coup. Coup?
Cool.
Coup?
Cool.
Oh gosh, okay.
I believe.
It just seems like you have so many guys already. Why do you need
Why'd you
one
need
more?
Arnold? Because
Yeah.
he knew his guys wasn't good enough. Is that
Because
I
he
don't know.
understands the matrix. He sees the code. The lines are being fed to
I
him.
see what you did there.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. So Mr. Bad Guy wants to kill the current sitting president
Yeah.
that John helped establish
Mhm.
by deposing said dictator, I guess.
Yeah.
Which very much falls into the trope of, don't get me wrong, it's probably a bad guy, but it's like America meddling in other countries' affairs,
Mm-hmm.
especially in South
Mhm.
America.
Absolutely.
So it's like, okay, wait,
If
is
this movie
Sean
wasn't
actually the
made-
bad guy?
If this movie wasn't made
has
in the
been.
80s, it would probably be
That's
a
what he said.
commentary on that. But
Mhm. Since it is from the 80s, it
it's
is pretty much just propaganda.
Yeah. We follow our man Jay Matrix as he screws up other countries and then feels a little bad about it.
Job Matrix.
The only thing he feels bad is because he wasn't there for Jenny.
Yeah.
And which does make him a giant piece of shit. And compounded by the fact that he was like overthrowing governments in South America because
I missed my little girl's little league because I was choke slamming a dude through a table. I
Hey
guess.
man, you gotta save the cat. He has to have a shred of humanity.
I guess.
So yeah,
Good point.
they take him to the airport, and there's like two henchmen with him. Like one's gonna get on the plane with him, and one's just gonna make sure the plane takes off. The one that's
The most
getting on the
awkward
plane
shaped people too.
Oh yeah, the one that's getting on the plane with him. His name is Henriquez, and so they
It's
get
a real
on the
name, I
plane,
swear.
and as soon as they take their seats, I forgot. It was a funny line before they sat down. Like she was like, the flight attendant was like, "Oh, do you have any luggage?" And Arnold was like, "Just him." As soon as they sat down, like he immediately like quietly kills him with like he elbows him and then pops his neck or something.
Yeah.
And then gets a blanket and like lowers his hat, and then he tells the flight attendant, "It's very important. Please don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired."
Dude.
Oh, the Sully.
So-
we went past the Sully joke, which is
Oh yeah,
also
you're right.
bad.
You're right. So the other henchman is Sully, and it's a shorter dude, and he's the dude that's just making sure the plane takes off. And as soon as they get to the airport, before they get on the plane, I forgot what Sully says, but Arnold looks at Sully and he's like, Sully, you're funny. I like you. I'm going to kill you last.
Got a bunch of
So,
gravel out of his throat after that.
it's funny because Sully, I realized right away where I recognized him. You ever seen The Warriors?
Yes.
He's
Oh.
he's
Oh,
the main dude from the Rogues that shot Cyrus, and
that's so
you
funny.
know,
He's so
you know the
little.
Warriors clinking the
Warriors,
glass bottles.
come
Go
out
on and
and
play.
play.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, holy crap.
So
As soon
he
as
made
you said
yeah.
Warriors, I was like, oh shit.
So he made an entire acting career out of being a little rat fuck. Because
Yeah.
like that's the thing. Like I was like, oh, you
Honestly,
got this
that's
little
his
dude.
face. Like, I don't
Yeah.
mean to, maybe he could be the
Mhm.
greatest actor ever, but like,
Well, no,
he
he
looks,
typecasted himself.
Yeah.
he looks like that guy.
I mean, they
He-
dressed him obnoxious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a bad guy trope I love. They never actually look that cool, but they look like they spent a lot of money on tacky clothes to stand out.
It looks like he got his suit as like was it Men's Fashion Depot or something like that, or Men's Warehouse. Like, you're gonna like the way you look. It's like
I
2 times too
guarantee
big.
He's wearing a prototype Steve
and then
Harvey
it's the
suit.
'80s,
He's-
so it's already
He's wearing
the
his dad's
style.
business suit.
That's already the style, like late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah.
The suit's too big, and then he's already tiny, so it's like
Mhm.
4 sizes
Yeah.
too big.
It's
Yeah.
like that box video from Kanye where he's just wearing the super duper boxy suit. He's like popping
You-
around with his broad ass shoulders.
You may ask yourself, where did I get this terrible suit? All right.
This is not my terrible suit. This is not my terrible wife.
So I guess
that's-
we've got to the part where he gets out of the plane,
yeah, he
which I
so
still
No.
don't completely
he
understand.
goes
Circle
over
back,
the-
because that's a whole journey, man.
Yeah, so he goes into the
To the
flight
bowels of
attendant
the
area,
plane.
and then from there I don't know what he does, but somehow he gets into the cargo hold.
He
At some
Right.
takes
point,
an
he sticks
elevator
his hand. Oh, he takes the
down into
elevator
the
down.
cargo hold,
That's
opens a
right.
door,
No,
finds a
he doesn't
Doberman
open a
pincher.
door. He sticks his hand through the.
Oh wait, it's before
like a
that
car- Oh, okay. So he opens.
because he gets scared by the dog.
That's right.
Mhm.
Once he slides by the dog and he like gives it like the mean face. Then he sticks his hand through the. Was it
Which is
vinyl?
unnecessary because there was a zipper
There's
on
a
it.
zipper.
Right. Like, wait a minute. Now that when they land this thing, one of the techs is going to be like, it's ripped.
Yeah, I thought he wanted to be in
We
this
have
movie
another
because he
one of
wanted to
these?
be human, not a robot that just pushes through things. He's like, oh look, there's a handle to this door. No, he's gonna kick the door open because he's a robot.
Wow.
Wow. And so he makes his way down to the landing gear, like the front wheel of the plane that's still down because the plane is now taking off. It's
Mhm.
going down the runway. And he climbs down on top of the wheel. I didn't realize, I was like, just jump, man. You're running out of time. The wheels are going to go up. And then I realized he's not trying to jump and like,
Just
get his
roll on the
On the
steering
ground.
whip
road, yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was waiting for the runway to go out so he could jump into the marsh at the end of it, which he did. And
Smart enough.
yes,
I was
yes.
relieved for a moment. I was like, oh, that makes more sense than what I was thinking.
But we definitely, yeah, me too. But we definitely get like 4 different angles of him jumping off of
Yeah.
the wheel from varying heights. And
They really had to just cut that together to make it look like one straight scene.
One is
okay.
definitely a dummy.
It's
yeah,
like,
one
dude,
of them was
you will definitely
definitely-
die if you jump from that height into water. Okay,
'cause,
I wanna
like,
put that
one-
out there.
One angle, he was only like 5 feet off the ground. Another angle, he was like 300 feet off the ground, and it was a dummy, and it was falling like.
like a dummy, like a lifeless body.
I counted. There's 4 times in this movie where a dummy falls, and it's very clearly just a just a sack of potatoes.
Let's just chalk that up to 1985's good old practical effects.
It gets
Nobody's
better
going to notice this.
because the dummies falling isn't even the worst practical effect. At one point, I'm jumping ahead, but at the end, when the villa, when he blows up those houses or whatever
Yep.
at the raid,
Absolutely.
there's dummies on like stands, and you can very clearly see the stands that are holding up the dummies because they don't get blown up when the house gets blown.
Right. They don't fall.
They don't.
They're just kind of lean forward a little bit.
They're built different. It's fine.
They're built.
I'm
Pri-
built different. I'm
Private-
strong.
That's private unexpendable.
Man. Oh, we got to move fast. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Uh,
Private Impossible.
Oh my god.
so yeah, so he goes back to the airport and he manages to catch up to the other henchman. And like Sully's busy like flirting with the flight attendant who's played by Ray
Being a
Don
rat
Sean.
fuck, he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gross as possible.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and he follows her all the way out to her car, and then finally, like,
Like a reasonable man.
Jesus, finally he understands like that no is the answer. Finally, and of course he like insults her.
Of
Yeah.
course.
It's all part of the game.
And so he
She'll
goes
come back.
off, and before she gets in the car, Arnold pops up on her. And I'm sorry, Arnold pops up on her, and what does
Dude.
he say? I didn't write it down. I'm sorry, but
He
he's like, "Don't move,
yeah.
step aside," and she's like, "But you told me don't move."
Yeah. proceeds to destroy her car.
Rips the passenger seat out of the car.
Remind
so
you, he
would
wants to be
sit
seen as
lower.
human.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
You know how many times you've ripped a seat out of a car, right?
I mean, it's an MG. They're not known for being like dependable cars.
It's fair. Hey, you know what?
You might be
That's
onto
fair.
something.
I'm gonna do that to a
Uh,
Tesla next time. Be like, it's all shit's made of plastic. Fuck this.
So he forces her name's Cindy to follow Sully, and they end up at a mall. Side note, the same mall from Terminator 2.
Ah.
They end up at a mall,
Weird.
and he explains to Cindy now like what's going on, how they have his daughter, yada yada. And she's like, "Oh, okay, okay." And then he's like, "I need you to go over there and do something." And he's like trying to hide behind a pole, and it kind of reminds me of that meme with Shaq hiding behind the tree.
I'm going to be conspicuous.
First chance Cindy gets, she tells a cop that there's this
Yeah.
madman that made me drive here.
Snitch.
Right? So then all these cops start surrounding him or whatever, and then like
I mean-
Sully's in there making a business deal with somebody or so. He's getting passports.
Right.
And then he sees Cindy, and then he sees John Matrix outside getting hassled by the cops, and he was like, "Well, I gotta go." And he runs up to Cindy, and he's like, "I need a quarter. I need a quarter."
Dude, I love. So I think at one point in time we were talking about how like Wes Anderson movies wouldn't be the same if they were all in contemporary settings. Because, for example, everybody has a cell phone, and such
Yeah.
a large component of the movie is like older forms of communication. You have to find a phone. You have to write a letter, a telegram, all that crap. This is very funny because it's just like, give me your cell phone. It's like, no, give me a dime
So I
because
can make
I
this
need to
phone
take
call.
advantage of Sprint's dime-a-minute plan in my next phone booth. All right,
And
give
you know
me
what's
the
funny?
quarter.
Is he gets the coin.
Yep, and he got it. He got the
He
coin.
takes it out of her purse or something, and he runs into a phone booth. And at this point, Arnold like had beat up all the cops or something, or half the cops.
He did a Colossus roar.
He-
Just threw
Yeah.
him off.
He runs him.
Oh, what was that?
He runs over
Literally
to
Colossus
Sully.
from the X-Men.
You're right. Runs over to Sully, who's in the phone booth now, and he just rips the phone booth out of the ground with him.
I am a human. I'm doing things a human would do.
I love that he just threw it on the ground, but he didn't throw it over the balcony,
No,
over
he
the
just
ledge.
right in front of him.
Yeah, that would have been so much funnier if
well,
you. No, okay,
he
never mind.
needs to get the information out. Remember, he needs to find out
Oh,
where his daughter's at. Yeah.
It's kind of a shakedown.
Sully,
literally a shakedown.
Sully manages to slide out of the crushed phone booth. I think more cops came to hassle Arnold or something.
I do want to mention one thing. That is our plot hole filler girl. She's walking around with her big ol' bin of plot hole filler, and she says, "Oh, I only have a degree in karate, or I'm going to a karate class."
Oh, yeah.
And then like she quasi defends herself from like Sully and like pushes a cop downstairs.
Yeah, a cop was
So-
about to shoot him, and she put
Exactly.
she
She's
did
like,
the
"Oh
karate.
no, shove, karate shove." And but like you'll see that throughout points of the movie where it's like, "Oh, I'm just a normal stewardess, but I know how to defend myself, or I know how to fly a plane, or
I know how to
I."
read these fueling charts.
So it's just like, okay, you're obviously not a normal person per se. You are more capable, but
Yeah.
that's our plot hole filling lady. So
Yeah.
whenever something needs to be done, we'll look to her.
I'm fine with that. But yeah, so Sully runs back to his car and he speeds off, and Arnold runs back to Cindy's car and takes off. But then she
She
like
just happened
runs
to
out.
leave her keys in the ignition. It's fine.
Yeah,
I think he grabbed him.
Oh, did
I'm
he?
not sure, but I think when they were getting out, he like
he
grabbed him.
took the yeah
I
he
don't
took the
remember
keys
seeing
back.
that.
Then on the way, or while he starts to drive, he leaves the garage and everything, and then I guess in the front of the mall or something,
Yeah,
she
they're
comes
driving past
running
the
out.
front, and she's like, "Hey, stop!
That's
Come
my
on,
car
guy!"
still.
Exactly. I don't know why he stopped.
Right?
Uh,
At that point, like you're already anyway. So he stopped
it's
and he
even funnier
waits
because
her
he
along.
ripped the seat out to be inconspicuous,
So
but
then
then he
she
sat
has
up
to.
the whole fucking time in the car while they were following the dude.
Yeah, you could still fucking see
You
his
can totally
shoulders.
see his head. He's still
His
just
whole
popping out.
face.
They were
It's
almost the
a
same
tiny
height.
car.
But I mean,
It's
if he
such a small
didn't
car.
take the seat out, then you really would have seen.
It's like, I just wanted to do that thing from Police Academy.
Oh
Okay, I'm
man.
sorry. Continue. They're on the car chase now,
Yeah,
and
now
that
they're
is
in
a
the
pretty
car
nice
chase.
Porsche. I just putting that out there.
It was
Yeah.
a nice Porsche. 'Cause
Was.
Arnold crashes it.
Yep, basically.
But yeah, they're chasing Sully in the car, and
They're chasing, and then they dart through a bunch of traffic.
oh
They
yeah,
eventually catch up on like a highway overpass kind of deal, like up a mountain or
like
some
on
shit.
the
I don't know.
mountains or something, some
Yeah,
mountain
yeah,
road or
yeah.
something. Yeah, and like right before he catches up to him, like Cindy's like, "Are you going to tell me what's going on?" No. So he catches up to Sully and like he does some maneuver that like flips Sully's car and he wrecks Cindy's car, and then
There's no airbags in that thing. And they've hit that pole doing
Dude.
damn near 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, I was
It's
gonna
an
say they both had
MG.
to have whiplash
When he
and
when he when he
concussions.
grabbed her and went, "Are you okay?" I was just like, neither one
She
of you
seemed out of
should be.
yeah.
he's that strong. He carries trees. He daddy armed
He
her.
did the
It's Father's Day.
he did the dad arm.
Stop short.
Isn't that more likely to dislocate your shoulder or hurt your own arm or something like that than like the seatbelt
Probably
catching
he
you? Like,
actually dislocated his shoulder while filming because he did a lot of his own stunts. So this might have
you
been when he
don't say.
dislocated his.
You don't say.
He dislocated his shoulder. He accidentally stabbed himself from something else. Like he had to go to the hospital 3 times.
So at least one of those stab wounds was just real.
Yeah.
No, he was
Makeup-
just playing with a knife.
Makeup crew was like, "We're good. That looks pretty good."
He told the director never to let Vernon Wells have a real knife. So I guess
No shit.
Jesus.
Watch. It turns out they kept that shot in the movie anyways.
right? They better like Tom Cruise. They so yeah, so
Jackie
he gets
Chan,
out,
man.
he drags Sully out the car and then he like grabs his ankle and dangles him over the cliff.
Like a baby.
I feel like that's the only reason they needed somebody small.
They needed someone that
Probably.
small.
Actually, they the director wanted him to do it for real, and Arnold's like, "Are you crazy?" So they ended up having to go get a crane to like help out with the shot.
That Arnold is the voice of reason on a set is mind blowing in 1985. Are you out of your mind? I'm a cop, you idiot. I'm sorry.
I was waiting for the right moment to use that one, and you got me.
Zinger. Ren out.
My other favorite
Close
one is
laptop.
I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want them answered immediately. Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
Who's your daddy?
My favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie is Twins.
Oh,
It's incredible because it starts out taking itself seriously and about a quarter way in just goes, whatever.
Dude, I think that would be a great movie to watch. It's
I'm
Danny
not
DeVito
against it.
and Arnold.
It gets
Not
real
against
sad at one point though.
Ooh, I don't know.
It was
about
like,
sad.
wow, wait a minute. Like, wait a minute. I didn't expect Danny DeVito movie to get me like upset. Oh
Like
no.
Misty. Dude, I don't know. There's parts of It's Always Sunny where I'm just like, this almost hurt to watch on like a psychic level. You know what I mean?
Rough.
It did damage.
We'll explore that down the road. Twins.
Right on.
Put a pin in that. But yeah, so he's hanging Sully over the ledge, and he's like, "Remember, Sully, when I said I'd kill you last?" And
That's
Sully's
right.
like,
You totally said that.
he's like,
You
"I
did.
lied."
I lied.
Just
That's
rocks
pretty
him.
good.
But before he did, at some point, I guess when he dragged him out of the car, he
Yeah.
like checked his pockets and he found a motel key. So
Yeah.
he's like, okay, that's where
It's
Sully
probably
will
where they're
go
going
to
to meet.
meet.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's do the thing.
So they go to this motel and like they're staging it to. They actually spend a lot of time staging it to make it seem like Sully was hooking up with Cindy when.
Yeah, they're looking through some stuff, and then he's like unbuttons her blouse a little bit or something. He's like,
Snatches
"Remember,
her.
you had a good time" or some shit, and basically to pull Cook in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Turn on the
he turns on the
shower.
Yeah.
shower. Yeah, then he hides behind the door. I don't know, something about him hiding behind anything just makes me
That
just
door
laugh.
didn't
It's
open
so
all the way
funny.
if he hid behind it.
Well, dude,
There's
he
no way
hid
that
behind that pillar at the mall too. He's too big for that shit.
that door
His
opened
arm behind the
two
pillar.
barely half the way. It was like Bill Duke was like, "I'm a big man too. Like we're gonna have to do
Yeah.
something about this scene."
Hold on, I thought Arnold
So
Schwarzenegger was short as hell.
he's not as big as like we probably think he is
I don't
in
think
real
I don't
life,
know if
but I
he's
think
as
he's
big as
still
the
like he's
because I met
6'2".
Hulk Hogan. I met Hulk Hogan and he's massive.
Okay,
I,
never mind. He's
Yeah.
6'2".
Yeah,
yeah,
so well 6'2" to
Literally.
me isn't like that much,
but
but like
Hogan's
it
taller than that, and
yeah.
it's noticeable.
Jesus
Like
It's
he's not
Christ.
as big as he is in my head, but
Guys, I'm
in
only
general he's still a
5'10".
big guy.
Like, I don't know.
oh, I'm
I don't know what
five.
your expectations of height are. Like,
I'm
I'm
6 foot, so
5'6".
don't you gotta take what I say with a
No,
grain
no,
of salt.
I'm 5'6". When I think someone is big, they're probably normal to anyone else, but I think they're big.
okay, fair enough. Because I was thinking like action star and like Tom Cruise size.
Oh
You
no,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
No,
Like
yeah,
like
yeah.
he's not that
bite
bad.
size,
Yeah,
fun size rather.
fun size. He doesn't have to wear the lifted.
Like Tom Cruise is damn near my height. He
Yeah.
has to be because I'm. Well, who was he in the Rain Man with?
Is it Sean Penn? No, not Sean Penn.
No, he played another man with that was I Am Sam.
Yeah.
uh,
Why do I know that? That feels weird.
Dustin
Um,
Hoffman.
Just-
Dustin
just
Hoffman.
stayed with
Dustin Hoffman. I
Yeah,
was
there you go.
I was next to Dustin Hoffman when I was 17, and we were it was close. I was
Is
like,
that
this
little?
Damn.
I was fucked up about it for a while. I was like, this isn't right. And I wish we still had that picture because it was just like me going, huh?
I wasn't sure if there was like
Okay.
a lot of random forced perspective shots, like in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where Gandalf is like 10 feet tall because the hobbits are all like 5 or
just-
something. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's got
Dude.
to.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh,
Right now, Cook is entering the motel room
this
after
fucking scene.
seeing Cindy, I believe.
Yeah, so
he
comes
didn't
in,
buy it.
and they
No.
he doesn't buy it at all, and they immediately
He knows Rat
start,
Fuck has got like zero.
You got no
Zero
game.
Riz.
You got no Riz.
He's a Riz peasant.
I don't know how to use that one.
He's in the
That's
shower.
good. That's good.
We were having a meeting.
We were
He's
doing
like,
it.
Yeah, fuck
Uh-huh.
that.
No, you wouldn't.
It was sex. Sex.
I was enjoying it.
It was
So, like,
great sex.
He was
The
like,
ruse
sure.
lasted all of like 4
I know that guy's a
seconds.
virgin.
So Arnold pops out from behind the door with like surprise. And then
Surprise.
This shit. Okay, this is what they say when they start to fight. Bill Duke goes, "You scared, motherfucker? Well, you should be, because this
I'm gonna
Green
have
Beret's gonna kick your big ass." And Arnold's like, "I eat Green Berets for breakfast, and right now I'm very hungry."
I was like, ma'am,
Sydney's in the
Sir,
corner.
this
She
is a
goes, "I
Wendy's."
can't believe this macho bullshit."
yes. She's
I-
functioning as everyone else.
Yep.
She's
Yeah.
she's there for us.
I read
She's
that-
gonna do the Jim Halpert look at the camera like, can you believe this shit?
I read that they filmed her part separately, and she was just ad-libbing it, like just imagining these two big dudes fighting. And
She's taking different cues off. It's like, ooh, yeah. Oh my god, they're kissing. Oh wow, incredible. They're so strong and tall.
actually, that line was a dig at Rambo, because this is when So it was all Sylvester versus Arnold, who's better, and Rambo 2 came out the same year with almost the same plot, I think. Or am I
And the same thing where they're holding the gun and feeding it the chain of bullets.
Yep.
And that's how they both ended up on the cover for Contra.
That's pretty cool, actually.
It's
But-
Rambo and Commando.
You remember
That's-
we were talking
that's-
about
Rambo
people's
Commando.
susceptibility to suggestion
Mhm.
and cult mentality.
Yep.
Back
Easy.
then it was Schwarzenegger and the other guy whose
Stallone.
name I can't remember. It's Stallone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were fighting. And now we have a phase of different backgrounds that have their own followings developed. It's like a little microcosm. It's like shit never
It
changes.
never changes. That's funny.
What? So
Yeah.
it's just it. What is it? Elf Bloods
Yeah.
and fairy Crips.
Fairy Crips. Fey Crips.
If you'd ask Will Smith from the movie Bright, he'd say fairy lives don't matter.
Oh shit.
I'm never gonna forget that fucking line.
I only
forgot
made
about
10
that
minutes
movie.
into that movie. I need to finish it. I got 10 minutes into it. And I was like,
Because you
I
got
got
to that,
others.
you got
got-
to that line and you cut the shit off.
I was like, I got other stuff to do.
I
seriously
think
got out and I got up and did stuff around the
Yeah.
house.
I
The
couldn't take
fairy
it
lives don't
seriously,
matter today.
and I smoked a bunch of weed and I tried to watch it.
How was it?
I don't remember. So it must have been mediocre at least.
It was an interesting
Because if it was
concept.
bad, I'd
If you
remember.
thought about it too much, it started to fall apart. Like urban fantasy doesn't quite work.
I don't
But-
feel like it. I don't
but-
feel like it's a bad idea. I just think
Yeah,
you need
it-
someone who like understands both sides of things to make it.
Not
mesh.
not what's his
So-
name? Max Landis.
I will say that my
yeah.
stepdad writes contemporary urban fantasy
Oh no.
Oh,
for
I
like
mean,
the last 2
I don't
decades.
mean to say oh no, but that was
So-
rude.
It is an interesting subject matter, but not one I'm willing to get into now.
I got you. I
Because
got
it
you.
is going to be a huge side rail that I don't know enough about.
It's a huge rabbit hole.
And I definitely don't read. So
very
that's not a flex.
No, I'm with you.
I hate reading. Sorry.
red flag. Ren doesn't
Yeah.
read.
I don't even know what words are. All this stuff I learned out of context from watching TV. Joke's on you.
I know that's pizza because I've seen it a lot of times.
Books off for nerds.
It's only funny because it's true.
Oh man. But yeah, so back to Bill Duke and Arnold fighting. Their fight bleeds over into the next hotel room. Like they fight through the wall, I guess. And of course,
As one does.
insert obligatory titties.
Yep.
They're making
At least
rookie.
once.
Mhm.
And it ends with Arnold gives Bill Duke like a super uppercut, like a shoryuken. And Bill Duke gets launched in the air and then lands on top of like a broken piece of furniture, and it like impales him.
That's why we watched this one, is because Street Fighter 6 just came out.
There you go.
And we're like, hey, there's one Shoryuken in this movie, and it's not Street Fighter, the movie.
Yeah. It's like that guile uppercut when you
Man, we got to
from
do Street
crouching.
Fighter one day. I'm going to beat that bison's ass so hard that the next bison wannabe will feel it.
And Bison's like, oh, do tell.
for you. For you, it was the most important day of your life. For me, it was Tuesday. That's a
I
hell of a
miss-
line.
Okay, let's move on because I miss Raul Julia.
Oh yeah,
Same.
and he was supposed to be the Arius in this one. Anyway,
No shit.
or D'Souza wanted him, or Silver wanted him to be, and he ended up doing Street Fighter anyway. But yeah, so
I do want to shout out just one movie, and I think it's called Clonus Parts Horror, and that was an old Raul Julia movie. Oh no, I'm sorry. It
Are you
is
talking about Memory Bank?
no, it is Parts, the Clonus Horror, and
Oh.
it's a 1979 movie with Raul Julia, and it's basically the plot of that one Jude Law movie where he's a clone and he grows up on an island, but he's
The
just
Island?
meant to be harvested. Yeah, for parts.
that's why because
Um,
the Island is a remake of THX So is THX also?
Oh, I don't know.
That's a
THX
good
was
question.
shit. What was the director behind THX?
George Lucas.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I feel watch the trailer for Parts the Clonus horror
I'm gonna go down
and
this
let me
rabbit
know what you
hole.
think.
Okay. I'm
But what that's a tangent. That's a tangent.
I'll
I'm sorry. I keep
put a pin in
distracting
that
We
myself.
are.
one. We're good. So, they take his keys and they go through his car and they find a receipt
Yes.
for plane fuel and figure out that like Arya's
Super
missing,
convenient.
right? Well, once
Like,
again, Cindy is Cindy the magical Negro? Not really. I don't want
well, she's mixed, so
to.
Technically, yes.
She's
she
half
she, she, she
magical.
Chong is her dad.
Oh,
No shit.
Actually, yeah.
No
I
fucking
you know
shit.
what the
Either
whole
that,
time.
either that, or I learned it completely wrong and thought it this whole time. But I'm pretty sure that Tommy Chong's her dad.
You know what? I'm willing to take that as verbatim until I hear
Ray
otherwise.
Don
So
Chong.
that's awesome. Ray Don
Okay,
Chong.
okay.
Uh,
Does that
oh,
mean she's a nepo baby?
Probably.
technically. Side note: if you've watched enough movies with Ray Don Chong in them, you know that no one ever made her hair look nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
I was
doesn't surprise me
I
in
was
general.
always upset about how her hair just looked like they didn't have someone on set to do
Even
anything to it.
in what's the black movie she was in?
Oh
I
no.
don't remember. Is Beat Street
Yes.
even
No.
that one?
Well,
Is
okay.
Beat Street?
It's not
Have
that
I?
way all the time, but if maybe let's say it's an adjacent thing. If she's in something with a lot more white people, ugh.
I mean,
Uh,
it checks
yeah,
out though, right? Like,
I
Mhm.
feel like that's it. If she's in a film with like other white folks or
Mm.
mostly white folks, then yeah,
yeah,
they're not gonna know what to
Yeah.
do with her.
yeah.
It's kind of evident in this movie
It's
because it's
still
just
like
like
that
all over
today.
the place.
What's
Yeah.
the?
Actually,
I read something
she
like
tends to just throw it all over the place. I've followed her on Instagram for
I mean
no
like
good reason.
but like
Oh,
That's
just
so
other
that
random.
actresses.
phenomenon is still a thing.
Yeah.
Like I read what's her name? I didn't watch the show, but it's the Sabrina show on Netflix. The actress is her
Hmm.
name Tatiana Gabriel or Tati
She ended
Gabriel?
up having to do her own
She was
stuff.
doing her own hair and like cuz
Hmm.
she was like iconic for her hairstyle from the show is what I
Hmm.
read.
But she
And
was
turns out
just
she did the shit herself because they didn't know what the fuck to do with it.
on the flip
Damn.
side. On the flip side, the black cop in the Wednesday Addams show on Netflix, they just didn't do nothing for her.
Mm,
So her hair was just
It was
always
probably the same
there.
person.
well,
They let her they let her stand in the rain
that was a
with
Tim
no umbrella,
Burton.
and I was like,
That was a Tim Burton
no.
joint, though, wasn't it?
Do you
Yeah.
see? I know where you're going with this.
Yep. Tim Burton, like,
Good
I
old,
just
good old
don't know if they
Tim.
fit my aesthetic. Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
They're not pale enough, actually.
Okay, let's get goofy again.
Okay, please.
Uh, so they're going through Bill Duke's car, and Cindy finds the receipt for plane
Very
fuel or
convenient.
whatever, and she's like, okay, well they must have he must have a plane in this area, and they
Very
go.
conveniently, she is also a piloting
Mhm.
student.
Oh
Student.
yeah, also yeah, not only a flight attendant and a
Also,
karate master, she's also learned how to fly planes.
karate student. Thank you, student.
Sorry.
My way back home, and
I
she
know
knows
what's
how to
going on.
fly.
And of course she's right. They get there and they snoop around and find he throws the dude in a closet. I don't know if he kills him or just knocks him out, puts him in the closet, and then they like go through like some plans or whatever, and they realize, okay, this island must be where his hideout is, and that's where he has to keep Jenny. So we need to get to this island. And they slide out, and before he's like, okay, well, we need guns. So he commandeers a
Let's go
bulldozer
shopping. Oh
and
my god.
drives the
Yeah.
bulldozer into a military surplus store.
As
And
one does.
I am a human being. This is the thing a person would do.
Hey, do
complete
you think that shop also had a password on their gun safe that was 1-3?
three.
Because really, there's only like 100, maybe
Oh, he
different
saw that
combinations.
there was a combination lock, and he tried 1-3 and it didn't work, so he went and got the backhoe.
I hate it when it doesn't work.
second best idea.
God, dude, it was
It
so
didn't work.
embarrassing.
That's all I got.
That shop was loaded too.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how you get that many guns without being on a list.
Apparently,
Yeah.
it's a real place too. Surplus
Oh,
City.
what?
Yeah, I don't know if they actually have all those things, but It was a real spot.
No, it's still open, unlike Circuit City. It's weird.
So yeah.
Or Asteroid City.
Damn
Sorry.
it!
Uh-oh.
They
Sorry.
closed that in like the 1960s.
I'm so you threw me off. Yeah.
Like,
So they go shopping, and we
shopping.
get a bunch of weapons. This is the third out of the
Shopping
last four
montage.
movies that we've watched where we see a trench warfare knife.
Yep.
Gets grenades and guns and yada yada, and then
It's
the
actually the
police
secret
show up.
theme to this
Yeah.
series of movies.
I got a knife.
It's like Wes Anderson, no trench warfare knife.
It was knives.
So the cops just show up, and this is really like I'm not gonna lie, I laughed really hard because like they did this whole thing like, yeah, we about to go get him, and the cops was like freeze, then they somehow the cops
Yeah.
snuck up on him.
Like
So they lock,
I-
not really lock Arnold up. They put him in a paddy wagon, and then they drive off.
Paddy wagon.
I don't know the
1930s.
actual term for it.
I mean, they
I
still
just-
call him that.
oh,
Yeah, so you put him in the paddy wagon.
the jail truck.
Sure, why not? They nab Arnold. They're taking him to jail.
Yeah, and they stop at a red light, and Cindy pulls up
Oh my
next
god!
to him, and she bats her eyes, and he's like, "Hey, this hooker's like flirting with me."
He just goes right to hooker. It was
Yeah.
like, bro,
And
Well,
the
he's a
driver's
pig,
like,
so-
"Oh yeah," right? You don't expect too much.
ooh,
But,
she's got something for us.
Dude, I love that once again she is our plot hole filler.
Yep.
She looks at the fucking thing when John is passing it to her and says, "What is this?" Like she couldn't guess. He's like, "It's a rocket launcher," and then she's like, "Oh, okay, never seen one of those before." Basically, then in the next scene, after the cops drive off, she whips out a rocket launcher. All of a sudden, she knows how to use it.
Wait, not
Oh no, that's the
almost.
best. That's one of the best
Almost.
lines.
Yes, exactly.
He fires backwards first, and it's like, "Oh, I gotta turn it around." Then
Yeah.
she fires again, and damn near blows up the paddy wagon.
Still way more comfortable than I would have ever been,
Mhm.
even looking at a rocket launcher. Let me try to
Yep.
shoot this thing at cops.
Mind
But
you,
she shoots the rocket launcher at the vehicle she needs to take him out of.
Yeah.
the whole thing doesn't blow up. Like it blows up from underneath, so it does like the flip, but
Yeah.
it's still on fire. And then Arnold comes out like smoking. I forgot what he says to her or something like that.
He literally says, "How'd you figure out how'd you learn to use that?"
And she says, I read the instructions.
Like,
Now
what the?
but wait. If you rewind, it has the instructions with it when they have it in the shop.
Fair enough. Plot hole filled. Thank you very much.
So it's like this movie isn't as dumb as it pretends to be.
It's
or I don't know.
it's self-aware,
Yeah.
but it's also like it can't be a send up of this type of movie.
Look,
It's one of them that just happened. Can you
Don't know if
send up your
self-aware is what I'd
movie?
call it.
Yeah, it's just like,
Funny. So yeah, so they drive off and they go steal a seaplane.
Wait, because she's also
Also a pilot or pilot in training.
yeah,
Yeah.
pilot
And-
training, not a pilot.
I wrote this down. When they get to it, he's like, "Let's take this one," and she's like, "This isn't a plane; it's a canoe." And he's like, "Well, get in and start paddling."
You're telling me
moment-
it doesn't fly?
and in the moment I saw the plane, I just started singing the Tailspin theme in my head.
Mm,
I was like, oh yeah.
So the next
oh,
part,
Leo.
it's like 25 minutes, but we're gonna blow through it in like real quick because they pull up to the island. He tells her how to radio General Kirby or whatever, and he's like,
Do it
Wait.
now.
he's like, "Wait for me" or something, and he's like, "How will I
Like
know?"
General Kirby, that guy sucks.
And he's like, "You'll know when because all
Sorry.
hell will break loose."
He was not joking though.
He wasn't, and he like departs on like a little dinghy or something and like rows to the island. Mind you, in the wide shot, it was a stunt double arriving on the beach, and he had completely
Yes.
different color underwear on. And then in the close up, or not underwear, but
The shorts.
Speedo?
Speedo, yeah.
Yeah, that cracked me up.
It's like he had on a green
Why
Speedo in the
Speedo?
wide shot, and it's a different person. You can always tell it's a different. Like at one point, like in the mall scene when he does the swing, it's
Mhm.
a completely different man that looks nothing like Arnold. Isn't even
Well,
built like Arnold.
Can you even do that? Can you imagine they're just like, oh, so you got some body double work, John? Like, oh,
I
cool.
think
What's
that
the
might
movie?
be.
It's a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Who am I the
God
body
damn it.
double for?
I
So
think
yeah,
that's
you're gonna
probably why he
work
did
on
a
that.
lot of his own stunts because nobody looks like him. Nobody has that frame.
Yeah.
So,
I got extra jack for the movie. All the stunt doubles. God
like,
Like,
could
damn
you
it.
God
imagine the
damn it,
poor
dude.
dummy that his self-esteem not being as big as Arnold? Anyway, uh, yeah. So he pulls up on the beach with all the guns and stuff, and he gets dressed and
Just
gets
Yes.
strapped up and has all
Oh,
these
I thought he
weapons
just
on
went
him.
out there in his Speedo.
He could have. Let's be real.
I thought that would have been funnier, actually.
He's just
I like
and
I like the
nobody
way he
shot
was
him because
carrying
he was
around.
just shocked.
He's carrying around the rocket launcher like it's his tote bag from the gym.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like whatever.
It's the most hyper aggressive pro America Calvin Klein ad
So we just
for
get
underwear.
10 minutes of him just killing. And like he blows up the some buildings. He chops the
Mhm.
dude's arm off and throws the arm back at him. I think that's only in the director's cut, by the way.
Oh, I
Oh, I
watched
did watch
that
the
one.
director's
That's
cut.
the one I
Yeah.
watched. I had to.
They
Yeah.
wanted it to be he gives him his arm back and he's like, "Here, have a hand."
You look like
Or
you need a hand.
yeah, but they said that was too far.
Oh, come on.
All the shit they did in this movie, they said that was going too far.
The
So
one writer that suggested that, they're like, you get out.
You're
You
fired.
think this is a fucking joke? We're making Commando. All right?
This
Christ.
isn't a movie, Jonathan. This is a film. You're fired. But it's a good joke. You're fired.
We're our
Oh.
tours here.
that was
But
the
I
movie-
wrote the knife fight.
Get out.
like I can't wrap my mind around it. Like the whole movie is one-liners and goofy shit, and
Yeah.
that was the one that didn't
That
make
was somehow
the cut,
too much.
right? Anyway, they said
The
it
bridge too
was
far.
it was too macabre or whatever. Like this man has a body.
Really?
Literally, the body count in the movie is 109, and 102 of them are Arnold's, and that was
Body count.
wow.
What's your body count,
Anyway.
Arnold?
So yeah, so he kills his way around, and then like we get the shot with him with the giant gun, what is it, chain gun or whatever,
Yep.
pulling the bullets. That's actually one of my favorite scenes. Is him just like chopping down the garden while he's killing people, like he's
Yeah.
mowing the grass. Mind you, since this is the Father's Day episode, that lawn was immaculate.
I told all those kids to stay off or I'd kill them.
Oh yeah,
This isn't even my lawn, but I'm mad that you're walking on it.
I just see a lawn. And I
You
gotta
killed
go
all
kill
my
it.
men. They were walking
I
on your
can't even
lawn.
complain.
Oh shit!
Fair.
You're right.
Fair. Sorry.
And like it was, I don't know if they're trying to save money or what, but not everybody who got shot up had the little explosion packs or the
Little
blood
squibs?
packs.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so some people just stood there Harlem shaking with no
So
effects whatsoever on.
when I was in 6th grade, we had to do a video about how the English invaded America, basically, and we're all running, and we had like a running panning shot through the Southern California woods where we were like
I'm picturing a shot
shooting
by
like
Wes Anderson.
exactly. We're shooting like air rifles full of like flour, basically, to look like they were muskets. Same thing. Same thing. No squibs. No squibs. We just acted it out. As soon as we got tagged, we Harlem shook for a couple of minutes when the camera stopped on us, and then we fell down dead. It's perfect.
I'm proud of you, son.
Thanks, Dad.
So yeah, eventually he kills his way up to like the main house, and then that's when he faces
Yeah.
off against Arius, and of course he kills him. And Arius
That's
has
not really a
this death-
face-off, even, dude.
Yeah,
Like
he
Arius
was
went
just-
down
It
quick.
was like
They just kind of shot,
15
you know, like
seconds.
get out of cover,
Yeah.
shoot,
Pop, pop,
get
pop,
out of
pop, pop, pop.
cover.
And Arius's
And
death was
finally,
modeled
like Gears
after
of War.
Scarface, I think, or I'm pretty sure it was on purpose.
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it was very
Have him
similar
go
to
flying out
Scarface.
the window.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Jenny has found a way to get out. And by the way, every time they cut to her, it's like everywhere you look. It's like every time I'm like, look at that outfit. That
Whatever
is
happened to
Isabella, a good man, a paper boy. Did it? I don't remember the words, but I swear to God, I could remember like every beat of the like rhythm of sound. I'm just like, okay. Apparently, I watched a lot of Full House when I was a kid.
So
I
funny.
think that was the right thing.
I love how none of us knows the song.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
definitely know this song. I will not go any further than that. It's unnecessary.
Well, it's like back in the day when you just assumed a song that you heard on the radio was what you heard. So you just went with it for like 30 years of your life. Now it's like, oh, I could easily look that up, but I'm not gonna.
Why would I?
But Jenny got out though. So
No,
that
Yeah,
was what's
and
important.
a whole
I loved it when they would cut back to her just kind of like watching and making sure no one was around, and then
Yeah.
jerking around with the "I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna kill
She's
one
got
of
a
these
wrench
people."
or something like that.
she
Yeah.
took like a doorknob or something.
No,
Like,
yeah,
she
broke the
loosens
doorknob.
boards. She loosened boards on like a window that was hastily covered in like a via or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We can't have
and
this
she
little girl
crawls out.
sneak out of the window, so we'll just,
Hastily board up the window while it's open. It's like
guys
an
think
open
about-
window, and then
Yeah.
they put boards on it,
Did you
Yeah.
guys think about just nailing the actual window shut?
or maybe putting it in a supply
Oh.
closet in the middle of the house instead of one that had window. I don't know. She got out, and that's what was important.
Look, they
Because
were
then Bennett
hired
can't go kill her.
to shoot guns, not lock in little girls, right?
You need a contractor, not a henchman. Okay, there's a huge
Oh,
difference.
difference.
Wait. Oh no! I know we're trying to be expedient, but we blew right past the grossest thing in the movie. They didn't let him say that arm line, but they let some henchman go, "Well, putting a knife through a little girl's throat is like
Oh my
putting a
God.
hot knife through butter." I was like, gross.
What kind of butter does that guy use?
Well, my thing was immediately like, this guy doesn't have henchmen. He just has a bunch of like fucking
Creeps.
predators. Like,
Yeah.
yikes. And you guys couldn't take over a country with all these creeps?
Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator
They
actually
just roll
ended.
up on the island.
Yeah, exactly. You know why I called you here? Do you want some of this pizza?
Have a seat.
No, I don't think I will. I don't think I will.
It also kind of gives Bennett's outfit like a whole different.
Dude.
Anyway,
That outfit.
So speaking of Bennett, now that he dispatched Arius, I think he like hears Jenny or something, but like he goes down into like the bowels of the mansion or whatever, and like now they're like heading towards like the boiler room or something, and he finds Jenny, but then Bennett's there, and it's like, all right, final fight. And they really do kind of beat the shit out of each other for like 10 minutes.
That was a longer fight than
Yeah,
it really needed to
I
be.
didn't remember it being that long, but it was funny. And then there was like a whole 2 minutes of them just like pushing each other's head near the fire of the furnace. Just like,
So you're telling me that two arch enemies go into the basement and have a knife fight, and then one of them is electrocuted.
yo, he's straight
Wes
up
Anderson.
gets
Wes
electrocuted.
Anderson.
You're right.
I see you, Wes
Rat
Anderson.
fight.
I see the shit you're pulling.
The fox
Rat
and the
fight.
rat fight. Except Bennett gets electrocuted, and he's mostly fine after. He
Yeah,
gets
that
right
was
back in the
actually kind
fight.
of like, what? I was kind of like, wow, what a way to. Oh, he's fine. Okay.
Yo, this shit is wild. But yeah, I wonder. I really wish I could see behind the scenes footage of the knife fight, because Arnold told the director, "Don't let Vernon have a real knife." So like,
And the
Arnold,
director went over to Vernon and went, "Here's a real knife."
and Arnold stabbed himself at some point and had to go to the hospital. So why?
Oh,
were they fighting with real
okay.
knives?
So it's Arnold then.
Well, that's the thing. Is like,
Is
He's
Vernon really
like,
good,
"Don't
or is
give that-
Arnold really
don't
bad?
give that guy a real knife, because if I take it from him, I will hurt myself.
Hey guys, just so you know, Bennett's previous movie, Weird Science,
That's funny.
Oh, is
I
he
don't
one
know
of the? Is he one of the thugs that shows up?
he is Lord General.
That's not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I remember like just all the weird thugs that show up.
We
Like,
can dip more into that later, but
Put a
back to
third
the
pin in
point.
that.
we have there's so many pins.
This,
Um,
this is my favorite. Okay,
at
so
no point does that chainmail help Bennett
no,
in the
no, no,
slightest.
because
There's no slash to his
it's
organs
made
or
out of
something that the
Peruvian
chainmail is supposed to block.
cotton.
Yeah, is just that
Look,
Bennett is less muscularly defined than John is, so
Mhm.
they had to give him
like
just
like a rugged look.
anything,
Something.
anything.
Was it
You
harder to
know,
get this knit chainmail than it
a
was to get
chain
real
necklace,
chainmail?
a barbed wire tattoo, something. They had to give him something, so they gave him chainmail.
Look, who was the costumer on this? I need to know. But anyway, so the fight comes to an end, not when Bennett's electrocuted, but Arnold, does he rip it out of the wall or
Oh
is
He
it on the
pulls it.
no,
floor?
he javelins
Yeah,
a broken pipe
but
through
like an
Bennett.
8-foot pipe,
Yeah,
a 8-foot like 6-inch pipe, right? like
yeah. This pipe
6-inch
is child's
diameter.
play.
He
Yeah,
went. He grabbed it
metal
out
pipe.
at the Home Depot.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum,
And
bum.
he, like
It
you
is
said,
the
he
dad episode.
javelins it through Bennett
Dad.
into the boiler,
Yeah.
into the
Through his
boiler,
body.
through his
Into the
body, into the
boiler.
boiler, and steam comes out, and he says the greatest line in cinematic history. And I say that because I never forgot it from the first time I saw this movie. You need to let off some steam, Bennett.
Jenny's reaction? Dead man. Smile.
Yay,
Yay.
Hell yeah! She's like fist pumping in the air. Yeah, bro.
Dad's doing death. Yeah.
Dude, I do like that coming up either a little bit before or after, because it's the end of the 11 hours, they do find the dead guy on the plane
Yeah.
that Bennett
They-
that
no,
Matrix killed initially,
Mhm.
who probably would have defecated himself upon actual brain death at some point
Mhm.
during the 11 hours,
He looked
but they
just-
just let him be.
He looked less like a dead person
Hey,
and more like
that's-
he fell asleep during a sleepover and
Because
people
John
just put stuff
Matrix
on his
asked
face.
that
Yeah,
flight attendant
which I've been subject
not
to.
mess with him.
Not great. Wouldn't recommend.
Said he's dead tired. Don't mess with him. And they said, I got it.
You know that stewardess, when they found out that man was dead, she goes,
God damn it!
oh my god, what an
Cannot
asshole.
believe they're gonna
Dead
fire
tired.
me.
That's not even funny. Oh my
Such
god.
bullshit.
The black man is dead on the plane and he says he's dead tired. Not funny. I'm gonna revoke his ticket.
So, emerging from the carnage, John Matrix and Jenny Matrix
God.
come out just as
dumb.
General Kirby arrives on a helicopter. The helicopter?
Yeah, the helicopter. They got a boat.
And
they got
Cindy pulls up on the seaplane, and John, I forgot what the quip he says. He's like, "Huh, I see you've been busy or something." And like,
Mhm.
He was like, "Fuck off."
he's like, "Do you want to come back to the army?" And John's like, "No." What does he say?
Well, there's like this back and forth exchange where he's just like, "We got plenty of like work if you want." He goes, "I don't think I want to do this anymore."
He's like, "Oh, we could get a team. We could get a team like that, bro."
He's like, "I'm done." He goes, "You think you're done? You'll be back." No chance.
Dude. And I love that Jenny the entire time is just like, this motherfucker.
Right?
Like, are you shitting me right now?
Like,
No,
you-
she
like-
makes a fucking face like,
Yeah,
uh-huh,
like, I
sure.
almost died, you bitch. Like, get the fuck out of my face.
I want to go.
And he's
back
trying to
Timmy
pull.
and milkshakes with my daddy.
Dude, her mother is dead. She's never known her mom. She has one parent, and this dickhead is trying to come by to be like, "Hey, I'm gonna rip your other parent from you, who might die horribly
again." Because
Yeah,
he missed
right after you were
earlier.
kidnapped.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
No, it's
I
like,
think
well,
he's the villain. He must be the villain of the whole
Technically-
fucking movie.
He might.
technically, he led the bad guys right to his house.
Yep. With his loud helicopter.
I mean, they may have been there already, but he is trying to like orphan. He's actively trying to orphan a child.
Yep.
And I'm gonna just say it. I know you're trying to be off the grid, John, but put a phone in the house.
Yeah, dude.
Ain't nobody
Maybe let
showing
your
up to
daughter
your house
live a
with
life.
Ain't nobody showing up to your house with a helicopter that can't already just like. Hello, hey John. There's some dudes. They want to
Click.
kill you. Cool. I should probably get off the phone and get out of the house
Oh,
in my
for
real.
Bronco. All right, take it easy. Click.
Please do not take a helicopter to my private house
Should
in
we
the
come?
middle of Southern California.
John, should we come out? Nah,
No.
I got a Bronco, and I'm gonna just get my daughter and we're gonna bail. Maybe send some guys to the bottom of the mountain and keep an eye out for me. Yeah, we can do that.
I
But
think
you'll-
that whole shit needs to be restructured and retrained. I don't know, man. Those soldiers went down too easily.
Yeah,
Maybe they weren't soldiers. Maybe they were contractors. And
I mean, maybe, but does that mean that like Arnold
Um,
Schwarzenegger was the entirety of SEAL Team 6? And
I
once they
mean-
lost him, they like don't know what to do. They're all slipping on banana peels and shit.
it's just like 5 other Bennetts,
Yeah.
like looking for an opportunity to
Well,
stab someone in the back.
Do you want a knife fight? Oh, I don't know. Do you want a knife fight? I don't know. I didn't wear my chainmail today. Oh, okay.
Well, we got a new guy that works here. He came from Valverde. What do you want to do, dude? I was just thinking about cutting a little girl.
Oh, well,
Cutting a little dude. Stop.
It's
That's
a lot
too
harder
much.
when they wear chainmail.
one thing after after the no chance, they go to the seaplane with Cindy, and like immediately Jenny
Dude.
hugs Cindy, and I was like, you don't know
Yeah,
this
what
woman?
the fuck?
She's like, oh, you must be John's daughter.
She
I
like
guess.
kisses her on the cheek. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'd be like, bitch, who
Nice
the
to
fuck?
meet ya.
Like, ma'am, too
well, I'm
familiar.
glad you helping my dad out, but like,
Jenny, this is the lady that we're going to imply might be your mom.
Yeah, and
They
there's
actually-
zero chemistry
apparently they
between
shot.
these two.
Listen, you're
Oh,
not
no.
lying. They actually shot a sex scene between Arnold and Ray Don Chong,
Whoa.
and there was zero. The
It was
reason
so bad.
they said that there was zero chemistry, so they cut it. But there was zero chemistry in the movie. Period.
Yeah.
Like
No.
it wasn't until like the very
They
or
had
towards
what
the end before they get to the island that she even makes like some eyes at him or something.
there was
but
some very
was it.
realistic. I am rolling with the punches at this point. Energy from her, like
Look,
the whole time she just had this
Look,
I
but-
mean, I'm just trying to help because I don't want you to kill me.
you're right.
Mhm.
But at some point, she jumped on board. The rocket launcher. She was on board at that point.
There was like a
if-
Stockholm kind of deal going on.
Man, if
at some point.
if Mauricio was here, he would call her a cosplayer. That's problematic. But
Go on.
no, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
Shout out Mauricio. Also, shout out Kareem, whose birthday it is today. That's the
Oh.
only reason I'm
Congratulations.
not getting on him for missing another episode.
Happy
It's-
birthday.
It's Kareem's birthday. Let me do a little tribute to Kareem.
As he goes into Facebook.
You see, turn
Going
the
to
TV
Facebook.
on.
So,
Hey man, I
What?
think you. Hey man, the TV's on. I
No,
can
it's-
hear it.
No, it's not.
I can hear
no,
the
it's not.
TV. I
No,
can.
it's fine.
I can see you looking at the TV, Kareem.
No,
Kareem.
It's- it's the
It's-
glasses.
it's in the other room.
Kareem. The TV.
This is in the other room.
I'm gonna leave
I
this
don't-
in, and he's never gonna know because he don't listen to the podcast.
I would sound weird. The editing you did on the Fox episode, Mr. Fox episode, was dope. I don't know if that's weird.
No, thank
I-
you.
I enjoyed that episode doing it. I enjoyed listening to it. It was really good.
I have been listening to the episodes I've been on, partly so I can just really critically judge everything that I do under a microscope because
It's okay.
habits die
I wish
hard.
Kareem would do that.
Well, I did find out that between the last 4 episodes that, okay, caffeine works. It was bang in the first episode.
Hmm.
It was coffee in the second. It was tea in the third. Not as great. A little underwhelmed. But beer is great. 'Cause this is my third so far in the last 2 hours.
I made a post about that the other day when we were doing one of them. I literally posted on Facebook, or it was Instagram. I made a post like, "Why didn't anybody tell me that podcasting was just like talking shit and drinking some beers?"
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
get
basically.
funnier as you go.
Oh, and the problem with last time was also the fact that I had smoked some weed a little bit earlier. So,
What
yeah,
problem?
it's-
You were fine.
I was trying to catch up. You know
Because
what I
were
mean?
too mellow.
Well, is plus the fact that it's a Wes Anderson movie. It's picked the fucking hardest thing
Are you?
to talk about while stoned. It's like, well, what's color composition? It's like, I don't fucking know.
Look, you just don't
I don't know. Like, don't ask me how I feel about these colors being on the screen. I just want to have
look,
fun, and then we
I
pick
mean,
like
you're
some of the hardest movies to
look,
watch.
you're at
good.
least like not like I always end up like I don't smoke weed because I just don't. It's not like I don't like weed, but I always end up hanging out with weed people who are just kind of like yeah yeah. Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
Oh,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I don't smoke that
whoa,
strong of weed.
whoa, and I'm like, what are you referencing about? It's like
Sound,
the sound.
ASMR, my guy. Like,
Whoa.
want to hear me
Whoa.
eat a chip? Like, no, no. I wouldn't want to eat the chip. We could talk about a movie, but I don't want to get deep. Um,
A
but
girl once goes
thankfully,
a girl once goes, I want to feel your hair, but I know that's not okay.
it's okay.
And I was like,
I wouldn't touch your hair,
uh
man. I wouldn't even ask.
thank you. I'm high. I was like, I knew
Yeah.
that because
We
I
know.
saw you smoking weed.
That's my excuse.
I was like,
It's just-
okay. I was like,
thankfully, this movie is telling you guys before did not require me to be like, oh, look how symmetrical these shots are. Look how these are arranged.
Now, you
Let me
actually asked
reference this
for it.
other movie. I'm like, no, I just want to have
You said,
fun.
let's do a
stuff
movie
blow
that
up good.
Yeah, I want to make some bad Arnold
half the episode
voices.
is just goes ow.
Yeah,
Ow.
he's just pronouncing all of his vowels at the same time. The
Ow.
vowels, the vowels. I want to know the vowels are.
Let's play a game. Let's see who can say all the vowels the fastest. I win. I win.
um,
But
it's a great movie. I feel like it fits the niche of so many action movies that came out a similar time frame, but also fit the niche of like so much stuff that came out in this like a similar decade.
like
You know what
I
I mean?
wanted to do like The Equalizer because Denzel's my favorite person.
Never
Uh,
watched it.
but it wasn't streaming anywhere, and I was like, all right. And I
Huh.
wanted to do Taken, and I was like, and then I was like, oh yeah, a long time ago I had the idea for Commando for Father's Day because I love how stupid this movie is, and
It is pretty
it's an
fun.
iconic like dad action movie. And then I was like, oh, let me see if it's streaming, and it was, and I was all right, meant to be. There it is.
There you
And
go.
you would asked, Ren asked for a movie where like we don't have to like really deeply analyze. And I said
Well,
everything lined up.
I
Yeah.
know that Coco was mentioned, but I do feel like Coco is like a dead horse
No,
that's
you're right.
been just beaten
We
more
can't
often.
say anything that honestly a lot of these we can't say anything that hasn't already been said
Oh
other
yeah,
Yeah.
than just
even this. I'm sure so many people talked about this movie already.
but someone's going to have fun. Listen to us have fun.
This was a lot of fun to watch, though.
Oh,
This
so
movie might be. I guess are we at thoughts?
well,
Oh, I
I got
guess.
a couple of prompts real quick. Just
Okay.
Oh,
stupid
please.
ones. Like what was your favorite scene?
That's tough.
I this is gonna be a little. It's not that weird,
Mm,
but when he busts through the wall to steal the guns,
Mm,
and Radon Chong somehow or another, her cops are coming senses
mm.
go off, and she just like is I'm gonna be over here.
She just
Like
fades.
she just
It's-
seriously was just far enough away to be like, oh damn,
that's a brown kid thing.
oh damn. She like, mm-mm.
Yeah, like
Because I
hold
got
up.
my I got my cop
Right?
radar up every time I'm driving.
She could have
I'm
been
like,
done with the situation
Look,
right
it's
there,
I
but
that's
she,
probably a
I
cop.
can't
That's probably a
scientifically
cop.
explain it, but I've seen this shit happen. My car was leaking when I drove like a Dodge Intrepid. It was like leaking antifreeze, and I pulled into a 7-Eleven, and I like called, and I was working like the eve shift, but it was like midnight when I got off. I called my friend slash supervisor, and he came all the way out there to help me, and he stopped. He was like down there looking at the car or something, and he just stood up and started looking around like a prairie dog. And I
Yeah.
was like, what's happening? And he was like, oh, there's a cop right there. And then he goes back to doing what he was doing, and I was like, the fuck. And like he's he was focused on something. His senses started tingling, stopped,
Mm-hmm.
stood up, and was like, something's wrong. There you are. I see you. That's why my radar's going off. And then he went back to doing what he was doing. And like I've never seen it so like just distinct. I was like,
Uh,
holy
I was
shit.
I was living in Portland. I saw cops just dump out of like a 1990s minivan, and I was trying to understand it. I'm just like, okay, they can come out of anywhere apparently. So just better to keep your head on swivel and just try to be aware of the situation.
Mhm.
But I can respect being able to focus so hard on a car and then just like
Yeah.
standing up and being like there, not even looking. You just
Yeah.
point there,
Yeah,
and then you
like
go
he
back to do what you're
felt
doing.
it, and I saw him just stop to like feel the breeze, or like and he was like,
He licks his finger, puts
yeah,
it in the air, is like
I'm
right
supposed
over
to.
there.
I'm
or you
supposed to
saw
Freeze.
just know
him,
that cops are downwind.
'Bruh,
5 miles. Yeah, right.
just
Yes, you are.
yeah, I did. But yeah, Ren, what was your favorite? Or did you finish, Tim? I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's it.
The Ren one?
Just her being like, maybe over here.
Man, one of my favorites. Obviously, there's a lot of funny scenes in it, but
Yeah.
the unlocking the gun safe in his house. You have
1,
a total of 10 digits you can hit. Hit 1, 3. I don't even think you press enter. I think you just hit 1, 3, open door. I'm like, you could have done 4 digits. You could have done 3 digits.
Should I do an edit of
3.
him opening his thing and like put it to like the box?
Yes.
Yeah. If only it were so easy to do anything, you know what I mean?
Oh, man.
But yeah, just the 2-digit gun safe code with
I'm
all the machines of death. You know what I mean?
well
That was great.
nowadays with all of the like 2-factor identification and like 8
Yeah.
characters or less,
Are you a
mul-
robot? Oh, I don't know. Am I?
multiple upper and lower case must have a numeral in it. If you made a password, if something would let you make a password 2 digits, there's a lot of people who'd be like, "Fuck, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
It's 2? What's
I use the same
2
password with
how?
everything.
How is it 2? What am I supposed to? How am I supposed to crack this? It's 2."
So yeah, it's pretty much just that is the shortest scene, and it wasn't supposed to be funny,
It was
but
great.
it is
great.
funny.
It's fantastic.
It's like you remember the movie Hackers?
Mm.
And you remember how Matthew Lillard is talking about how beefy his PC is, and right now he's basically talking about like
A phone.
TI-84 calculator or
Yeah.
something. That's basically what it is for me.
There's tons of movies
Yeah.
like that has happened, and I've been like,
look at
"Dang,
this
bro."
peak amount of technology that we've synthesized to the most efficient means, and then like 30 years later it's like, dude, that's a toaster.
I feel like there was a movie a little while ago, and it wasn't even that old of a movie, but like somebody was just like, "Dude, there's a terabyte on here," and I was like, "Okay,
1 whole terabyte.
cool."
Man, you don't understand.
Sounds-
There's 256 megabytes of RAM.
That's crazy. Oh my god, that's like wild.
I can connect with a payphone to the internet. You don't understand. Sprint's dime a minute. Yeah, some modem basically.
Oh,
Yeah, that was my favorite part of the movie. Did you? Oh, except for Bennett's chainmail. Didn't make fucking
Maybe
sense.
his grandma knitted it for him.
Yeah, right.
One of this man.
I'm trying to cosplay as Bennett.
Dude, okay,
But
good luck getting your face to look like a baseball mitt.
But I'm also gonna put some fairy wings on the back. So
I'm Faye Bennett.
Fairy King of Wilmington.
Look at my knife.
someone called me the king of Wilmington nerd music, and I was like, please take it back.
Don't ever say that again. We're gonna have beef with the next town over.
I'm the king of Leland nerd music. Please go home. Go back home.
Dude, now you gotta go
home.
fight. You gotta go knife fight the other guy. Like,
Oh man.
Like we're the Baltimore Fays, and we're here to back you up, Tim. Please don't. Please don't. Now I'm like thinking of a Baltimore Fays hat. It just looks like the Orioles hat, but it's like a fairy.
Oh man.
Shit that I would start to sell and it'd be like, oh no, it's actually selling.
oh no, now I have to adopt this as an identity.
It's not funny
Market.
anymore.
All right, Tiff,
Uh,
did you have a favorite
Tiff,
scene?
yeah.
I think it's the whole sequence with him meeting Cindy and chasing Sully. Like
Mm,
rip for everything from ripping the seat out of the car to him
Not
dang
s-
him
not
dangling
sitting any
Sully.
lower in the.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
yeah.
Like the whole thing, which is
the
basically the
whole.
second act, but
I jokingly said because Anne came in when I was watching it. I was just like, that's like I don't know what year that is, but that's an MG. I mean, possibly we're talking possibly 80 horsepower, but that's a 911. I don't think it's a Carrera, but that's still baseline
you should be able to
120
outrun it.
horse. There's no way they should have caught him with a heavy ass robot in the car.
It's
I mean,
willpower. He's not a robot. He's a human.
yeah. Okay, okay, Tiffron. Okay.
He's not a robot.
He's not a
What-
robot.
What's funny is that like she totally would have died when they crashed that car.
No, that
Oh, yeah.
Not
red
even
was
sitting
like,
in the seat,
mm-mm.
not with a seatbelt,
Telling you.
nothing.
Who
He
wore
daddy armed
seatbelts in
her.
this movie?
He
Nobody.
daddy armed her. Like
That's why they all died.
oh man.
So I guess at this point it's probably ratings.
No, wait, real. What's your favorite one liner? And I'm done. That's it.
Damn
That's
it.
the other question.
I didn't write the down the
I wrote
No,
it down
lines.
at the bottom of the template.
Dead Tired is definitely in my top 3.
Please
Dead
don't
Tired
bug
is in my
him.
top.
He's
Yeah.
dead tired. Please don't disturb
Yeah.
my friend. I already told you mine.
No,
it's,
I know what it is. My
What?
favorite one, and I forgot about it. What'd you do with Scully? I let him go
I let him go.
Yeah,
because he
that was
dropped
good.
him. I was like, that was actually very clever and quiet.
And then she
And
never
her just-
addressed it again.
Yeah, like she's like she's probably just imagining Sully just like do
Walking down the
the
street.
highway. Don't have my car, but I'm feeling okay.
Another one of Cindy's commentary ad libs was these guys eat too much red meat.
Yes.
That's one I thought I heard. So one that I thought that I had heard that I couldn't remember until I looked at your list was I can't believe this macho bullshit,
Yes.
which was basically like the summation for the whole movie. So I'm gonna go with that,
Yeah,
which is the
like
best
you said,
one-liner.
It's self-aware.
Yeah,
I'm
at least
not
I
gonna-
hope so. If it's not, then it does a great job of convincing me otherwise.
See, the only thing that makes me think it's not literally the only thing is them taking out that line "need a hand." Otherwise,
Yeah, that's so weird.
right? Right?
Because they totally let that. They totally let that.
Unless
friggin',
that's the
To Catch a
joke.
Predator dude say, ugh.
Unless that's the joke that they said, "Oh yeah, we took that out because it was too dark," and everybody else was like, Wait,
Was it too
what?
dark or too cheesy?
They said too macabre.
Oh my
So-
god! Of all the things,
Like you said, we watched him
Yeah.
kill 100 people.
He's dead
10
tired.
minutes.
That's so bad comparatively.
also I would never use the word macabre to like describe any part of this movie. I might call it camp, and I might call it silly, but I would never be like too macabre. It's like I don't know. He's not thinking about like his dead wife and like how her heart beats underneath the floorboard or some shit.
No.
It's just like no. It's a fucking cheesy line. It's like if you made a joke about a hand job, if you chop somebody's hand off, then you know what I mean. It's not necessarily macabre. It's just kind of like, haha, one-liner, punchy one-liner. It's not. I don't know.
I always
That's
hope
how
that
we're
they
left
would.
today.
think it's a joke. Like maybe that also
Yeah.
is another joke, and this
It
whole
just
thing is
should-
just brilliant.
It could have worked. It could have worked. It would have been fine.
Yeah, like at a hospital, like nurse humor, very dark.
Like maybe the
You know what I
person
mean?
who like asked him about it or something, or maybe when he tells the joke, they're like, "Wow, that's crazy," and he's like, "Yeah." Wait, what?
He's like, it was really inappropriate for the time. It's like, nah, I mean, you just killed a bunch of people. I don't think it would have mattered much, but
Like
And-
maybe
and-
that's just me making sense of it. Like maybe that it's also a joke. Is just me.
I feel like
trying
I'm
to-
almost sure that Arnold Schwarzenegger delivers a line after he cuts off someone's leg and says he didn't have a leg to stand on. I'm almost sure of it. So it's just kind of like,
once again, it's a
Yeah.
very Jim Halpert look directly at the camera, and you say nothing.
just,
I got
just-
nothing.
It's Michael Scott, like, hey,
Huh? Huh?
You look like you need a hand.
Right?
And just Jim like,
Like, can you believe this shit? Just shakes his head. I don't know.
That's what she said. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole I can't believe this macho bullshit was pretty hilarious. I almost had to reverse it, just be like, did I really hear that? Like,
Yeah, that
they let her
and
take care of business on that one.
and
That's
the
that's
red
great
meat
to know.
line. Apparently, when they filmed her, it wasn't actually when they were filming the fight,
That's
so
so
they just let her
hilarious.
talk.
and that's why you have it so out of context to be like, oh, they eat too much red meat. It's like, who the fuck is commentating on this fight?
It had to be just like, okay, imagine them fighting. What would you say?
These guys eat too much red meat. Where's the beef? Like, literally anything.
Punch
That's
him in the
funny.
Jimmy. And then Bill Duke goes, I'm gonna have me some fun. Gonna have me some fun.
Those two
Starts dry shaving.
immediately recognize his face.
Fucking dry
Dude.
shaving.
I was because literally the first thought I had when I saw him in the beginning of the movie was, oh, it's Bill Duke, and then second thought was, hey, he has hair. He hasn't dry shaved it off yet. I don't know if I've ever seen it with hair. But
My initial thought after I saw Bill Duke was like, somebody's about to die.
Is it Bill Duke? Because
Track record.
I was gonna say, like, if we're going for broke, like, I feel like Bill Duke is gonna die.
He's got his own early '80s black Sean Bean thing
Yeah.
going.
He's like, you mean I'm the only black character in this movie? Am I gonna die? Like, shit.
I love how he just
Not again.
like that's his thing. He leans into it. Like even in he was like not really the bad guy, but kind of the bad guy, a bad guy in CW's Black Lightning, and
He's
he
like
was
a
just
crony.
old Bill Duke. Like he was like running the secret government thing or whatever.
He's not even a character. He's
chasing
just
the
older
metahumans.
Bill Duke.
Older Bill Duke just I'm gonna catch these metahumans and I'm gonna test them. But yeah, okay, so we already talked about this enough. Ratings. Ren.
You know, if I was watching it to be like, is this a good movie? Okay,
Hell yeah.
bear with me here. There's a difference between like if is it a good movie insofar as like I would suggest to other
Did I
people.
love it?
It depends. Very specific audience that I would suggest.
Gotta be
this
who you're
to.
suggesting it to, yeah.
Exactly. I think it does what it does, and it does it well enough. It's fun. It's very emblematic of the times. I would suggest it to a very small subset of people. I'd probably give it, if I was trying to be as reasonable as possible with like standard ideas of what a movie is, probably give it like a 6.5. It's better than average, you know what I mean? But you have a very good idea of what you're getting into.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't suggest it to somebody who is not inclined to watch these kind of movies already. Like I wouldn't tell my wife to watch it because she wants to watch like a period piece set in the 1800s.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a funny romantic.
Well, this is from the early 1900s, so.
Close, not close enough. I don't think she would be crazy about Commando.
The 1900s.
Yeah.
Is there anything
It's
out
only
there
100
that's
years.
like Arnold's Commando meets Bridgerton? Could you
Yeah.
imagine Arnold in Bridgerton?
I would
I've
love
never
it.
watched Bridgerton, so I don't know what it's
What's
about.
what's that
But
messy
oh, Queen Charlotte.
Abraham Lincoln vampire?
Oh, I would watch that.
I remember watching that.
That was in my okay pile.
Yeah, it was just okay.
I didn't watch that one actually.
It's okay-ish.
Yeah.
They did enough, but the fact that it was a book is already like, who?
Yeah.
How'd you get away with this?
Please, if you guys got your ratings, I would love to hear
Tim?
them.
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm gonna lean into the mode, the feeling, like the mood. If you're a person who likes the movie Bloodsport,
Yeah,
then
Jim
Commando is definitely for you. Get yourself some popcorn and sit down to watch the granddaddy of John Wick. It's great.
Yeah.
If like you said, if this is the kind of thing you're gunning for, if this is the kind of thing you're interested in, this is definitely fine. I would not
Right.
if someone was like, "Oh man, I really liked Requiem for a Dream," I'd be like, one, you're messed up. Two, this isn't for you.
I like the movie Pie. Is Commando like Pie?
I watched Pie and I watched Requiem in the same day.
Jesus, get some medication, my
I
guy.
also like to eat just the gel from the
On the
inside of the
scale
spam
of
can.
Wes
Oh,
Anderson to Darren Aronofsky,
Oof.
where does Commando
Oof.
fall?
That's a rough
Ugh.
ride, dude.
No, like those. I
Ass too, ass.
ass to ass. Side note: when I first saw that movie, because I've only seen it the one time. What's his name? David. David. He's in everything. He's Damn it, what is his name? He's the black man who gives her the
Keith
heroin. David.
Keith David.
Keith David. I'm doing it wrong. Keith David
David
shows
Keith
up in
is a
that
white
movie.
man. So yeah, they're both actors, but
You're
you're
right.
talking about Keith David, yeah.
Keith David shows up in that movie wearing a sweater, being a very fatherly type man, and we used to call him Creepy Bill Cosby.
Oh no!
Is what we called that character in the movie when we
What?
first saw it.
What irony!
Jesus Christ.
And the thing
So
is,
he's just
turns
regular
out
Bill Cosby.
turns out he is just regular Bill Cosby, and that's terrible.
It's Bill Cosby classic.
I didn't take it out for air.
Oy vey.
Holy shit, that's stuck in my head forever.
Well, now it's back.
Yeah. Don't have to watch it again because I don't know why I remember so much of it.
So if we're talking about creative score, I will give it 100 out of 100 Dead Henchmen.
Oh. If you didn't go back to it, I was going to bring it up and say, did you say you gave it 6.5
for a personal rating?
Tree trunks, or
6.5? No. I would give it 6.5 stars, but I'd give it 100 out of 100. Pipes. There you go.
I'll give it 2-digit passwords out of 1.
There you go. That's a stellar recommendation.
I think when I first saw this, I went in just expecting an action movie. I didn't know that about like the comedy of it.
Yeah.
And I gave it like a 7 out of 10. And I damn sure owned the DVD. I think I only paid maybe like $5 for it. Like it was in the cheapo bin. But I remember when I saw that, like it was like the clouds parted and like heavenly, like the heavens shine down on me, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm buying Commando! Oh my god, I'll watch this right now."
It ends on the Full House theme song. It's like everywhere you look.
Oh, I didn't say so. That shot of the plane like doing that real big sweep around.
Yeah, at the end.
Oh, at the very end?
It was so good, but so completely unnecessary.
So unnecessary.
But the way it went up and
by.
away and back towards and around and then away again, I was like, there's two things. One, they wanted a really dramatic, flight out.
Yeah.
Two, Canon. Oh, I think we're supposed to be going that way.
Yeah. Hey, she is a student, okay? She's a pilot student, okay? Come on.
She's like, oh, no, California.
No, we came in that way. I'm sorry. I'm just not used to these instruments. They're not LED.
Oh, man. But I loved it.
Yeah, no, it's a good choice.
Definitely one of my favorites. I would recommend
4.5 dads out of 5.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We had to cut that one guy in half.
Oh, yeah.
He was not wearing his chainmail.
2 people got impaled in this movie. Anyway,
okay.
They had it coming.
Plugs, anything different, or the same? Just keep. Keep
oddly enough, and I'm gonna sound like real bad at my quote unquote profession because I forgot that this was happening. I'm excited to be on this current album. Mega Ran's on it. Sky Blue, a lot of like cool people from the nerd scene. I might be on the. I haven't gotten to listen to the whole thing, but I might be on the only track that's like singing.
And what's it called?
But I'm only playing guitar for once, so kind of exciting. Actually, I also only I think I only played guitar on the Lexicon Artist song too. No, I sang on that too. So anyway, yeah, this is me just jamming on guitar on somebody's track for once.
So two questions.
It's called The Throne, and it's a tribute to King of Fighters.
Okay.
Okay. Where? Well, maybe it's just one question. Where can you stream it?
I think it's gonna be on all platforms
Okay.
soon. But you, like I was saying, you can. I have them on my Twitter. I just started following them. No, he does go by O Super. So yeah, O Super is the person that put everything together. He did a really good job. And it's if you go to hashtag CEO 2023 or at CEO Gaming on Twitter, you can see links to like the project. There's god awful 13 songs on it, I think.
Okay. All right, on, dude.
Yeah, that's what I got going on.
Excellent.
Ren?
You know me, same old grind. You know, my wife and I do some like graphic design work here and there. Power bummer on the regular socials, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Just working on getting back into drawing when I have downtime between working a normal slave job kind of deal with going to the hospital for, I don't know, 5 days a week and just being dad stuff. So, you know,
Oh,
anybody has any
I did
questions?
end up checking your thing out. I didn't.
Oh,
I
thanks, dude.
I ended up on your Etsy, I think.
Yeah, we have not really been doing much with it at the
Mm.
moment, but we're hoping to update it with some screen prints of shirts.
I like the tagline because it actually goes right along with like the way I like to do things: loud, fast, and sad.
Yeah, that is our yeah.
I love that. I won't steal it.
Well, you know, hey, if you want to collab, let me know.
Hey, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, dude.
There you go.
Anything to get the word out. We're just kind of here to have fun. We're not here to just make money. It's not like one of those things.
Oh, I feel that.
Yeah, trying to keep it as a hobby and not necessarily a profession, so I can still have fun with
Enjoy
it as
it.
a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I quit
Cool,
drawing
cool.
4 times. Because
Dude, it's, don't get me wrong, it's
Yeah.
tough, and then it keeps coming back. It keeps coming back. So eventually, I'll get back to it again after I figure out everything I'm supposed to be doing for my job.
Right
So,
on.
but yeah, that's pretty much it.
cool.
Right on.
You can follow the podcast at SGBK on or SGBK podcast on Twitter, and you can follow me personally at Tiffzilla on Letterbox. Please follow, like, comment, share, all that stuff. And happy Father's Day. This was a really fun episode.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to do it, man. Even though it's a different recording time.
We'll see you next week.
Take care.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Good night.